myself. I have an open invitation, but you're telling me go get lost. I don't wanna see your face. Yeah, what the hell? So why don't we stay out till the morning light? Cause two wrongs can make a right. We're just doing what we feeling right now. Some Chardonnay, we camp in the parking lot. Leave traces of plastic cups. We're just doing what we feeling right now. So what the hell? Why you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? Always waiting for the one, but I got news for you. I'm the best that you can get, so what the hell? Yeah, what the hell? So what the hell? So what the hell? What are you waiting for now? And what the hell? You're pretending that you like somebody else, like you got boys waiting in line to take you home. But tell the truth, you'll spend the night alone. Let's be alone. So why don't we stay out till the morning light? Cause two wrongs can make a right. We're just doing what we feeling right now. So what the hell? Why you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? Always waiting for the one, but I got news for you. I'm the best that you can get, so what the hell? Yeah, what the hell? Are you waiting so what the hell? So what the hell? Why you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? Always waiting for the one, but I got news for you. I'm the best that you can get, so what the hell? Yeah, what the hell? So what the hell?
Running round like dollars in the wind, bending over backwards just to let you in. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and now and now and now and never. I was putting in the I was putting in the I was putting in the hours. I'm sick of fighting the things that you said. I don't wanna burn all our bridges ahead. I'm tired of going to bed when you left me on red just to turn up the noise in my head. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and now and now and now and never. putting in the putting in.
shaking underneath, trying to take me alive. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma fight my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Any time or place, watch 'em run away. I got none. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my throne.
Welcome on in, folks, to the $250 Bow Valley College Lotus 8 Esports 3v3 tournament. I am Corporal Monkey Shines. Alongside me is Feisty Taquito. And esports, it is bigger and better than ever in the industry. Needs talented people behind the scenes. And if you've ever wanted to manage esports, work in esports marketing, or help run a gaming organization, Bow Valley College can help get you there. Check out their esports business management diploma. And of course, esports is more than just competition. It's a rapidly growing industry with opportunities behind the scenes in business, in marketing, and in event management. And if you're looking to break into the industry, Bow Valley College has the program to get you there. So let's hear from Shadi on how their esports business management program can set you up for success.
The EBM program at Bow Valley College is a 2-year business diploma. You do 14 of your standard business administration courses in things like accounting, financial management, and HR. What kids get really excited about, of course, is our esports courses. Over the course of the program, students will learn about the basics of the esports industry, how esports have grown across the globe. They'll get some hands-on experience running broadcasts for esports matches and events, and they'll even have the opportunity to run their own events with an industry partner as well in their final semester.
So welcome on back, folks. This fantastic 3v3 tournament. Again, $250 brought to you by the fine folks at Bow Valley College. Again, Corporal Monkey Shines. Alongside me is Feisty Taquito and Tack. We have ourselves a tremendous evening of action. A lot of great teams, a lot of great players. What are you seeing out there in the bracket?
Oh, man. I mean, we're just going to start with the match we got on our hands. YSG and Shmoo. Shmoo is a well-known team that I've seen around the RLCS bubble scene area. Ares Diaz and Hezi, definitely a lot of well-known players if you're familiar with the bubble scene altogether. But over at YSG, big name that's going to stand out to me over there is Jonathan. Jonathan, an Akron Gold player, someone I'm quite familiar with. Also subbed for Akron Blue, I believe, one time, and got them a huge win. It was either a year or two ago. So YSG is looking to be a pretty good opponent here to Shmoo, but Shmoo probably has a lot more of that experience when it comes to the upper level.
Yeah, and we have continue on. These teams have been playing for a hot minute, and we get to the point where, hey, this is where it matters. This is where it counts, because at the end of all of this, Tack, first place winner walking away with $200 Canadian, and the second with $50 now, not walking away empty-handed. Of course, we love that, to have that level of competition out there, to take advantage of this and be able to say, hey, you came up here, you showed up, you showed out. Here's a little something for your trouble. And we're going to have, again, just some fantastic series over the course of this one, getting the teams in the lobby as we speak. So I got to ask you, my guy, What do you see? Do you see this one going the distance, or do you feel that one of these teams can get out to an early lead here early on and just kind of milk that to head on over to the next grouping?
I mean, if I'm going to judge based on roster, and that's kind of what I kind of have to go with here, Shakaz and Jonas taking on Eris, Diaz, and Hezi. I mean, this is NA Diaz, so still a good player, regardless of the name and who they also resemble. Eris also a really strong contender here, and Hezi is just an extremely good player all around. I'm going to say that Shmoo probably takes this one. A 3-1 is I'll be generous to YSG. I think YSG could steal a match or could steal a game. I don't think they take it all the way though.
Yeah, I think it's going to be entertaining. I don't know that we're going to go to distance, but I think we get something close there. Of course, the winner of this one taking on SOS. That a tremendous team. You and I believe, both very familiar with those names. So yeah, we get a lot here. We get to see a lot of great teams. And what I always love about this, we may not know 100% about a team, about a roster, but we have the opportunity to learn about these folks in an environment that is competitive. There is something on the line. You get to learn about them, and we take that moving forward, right? You mentioned Akron players, hard hitters, each and every one of them. If you're in an Akron Zips uniform, you got to bring the heat. You got to bring the fire. You got to bring the plays, the game sense, a little bit of everything, and we will find out if that is the case here as kickoff. It does begin.
Man, and obviously, what a good way to start it off here for the side of Shmoo. They get a good chance to kind of test the defense of YSG. Eris is up. Look at redirect that one in, and look at that. It's going to hug that post. Slide right on through, and Shmoo puts one in 15 seconds in. I mean, monkey shines. You know what I'm saying?
Did not take especially long. You had both Eris and the aforementioned Diaz there as well. So gotta feel great if you are Shmoo, able to establish things here in the early going. But of course, YSJ, no reason to freak out. We're gonna be here for a hot minute. So ultimately able to establish things in the early going in game number one. I gotta ask you, my guy, one thing I always appreciate, how's Eris? I don't know how you can't appreciate the fact that they're already not even 30 seconds in on the cusp of a hat trick. Spike back down. Eris didn't need a whole heck of a lot to double commit, not even enough to send that one away.
I told you. Shmoo is just one of those teams that has been very close to the top. I do believe some of their results kind of put them in the range of 17th or 25th, but Jonas has decided that YSG is not allowed to be slept on. There's a nice little phrase I have, Monkey Shines, that I like to say. You know what happens when they're sleeping on you? You tuck them in.
Tuck them in, or ultimately, if they're sleeping on you, maybe kick them out of bed, say absolutely not, you got to find another place to stay, because I don't appreciate that lack of enthusiasm, that lack of hospitality when I've given you a place to settle down, a place to get some sweet dreams. Eris looking for maybe one more. That sent back, pop up now by Diaz, as Diaz tries to keep things moving. Indeed, Eris hanging out there, one for another shot, but Jonas going to pop that one back over, and Hezi maybe to make it a team hat trick. Eris looking for the redirect here yet again, and you can tell, Tack, out here, straight away. Shmoo having themselves a good time, playing with competitive fire, but playing with fun. And if you're able to combine that, you're gonna walk away with dubs, you're gonna walk away with opportunities out there in the grand finals. And I'm loving what I'm seeing from right now, but as I was saying, game number one, it's always curious to me, because the team that takes the L, how are they going to respond to that going into game number two? And right now, the competitive fire, it is ferocious. It is blazing hot right now between these two teams.
100%. They're only down by one. It was an early 2-goal lead for the side of Shmoo, but YSG early to test the defense and their own offense here. Shaka's trying to get one. Back to Jonathan from Jonas in the middle. One more touch. Could find themselves a goal. Hezi with the save and control out of their own back corner. It's a good play that could develop, but shut down in the mid for just a moment is Shmoo. They're back on the approach one more time. Jonathan is going high on that back wall. I like the defense there because the rest of the team was down low. This full field push could be a counter. Two, link up the post, the wall. Shake us, getting two.
Hey, there was a hot moment when we saw Shmoo and we thought they might very well run away with this one, but the scoring fast and furious. We're talking about a tie ball game just south of 2 minutes into this one. Of course, Eris still leading the charge for Shmoo. 2 shots, 2 goals. Meanwhile, Jonas and Shakos getting a shot, getting the goal apiece. But yeah, I do love quality defense. I do love when one goes high, one goes low. Not a commitment to either or. You are doing everything that you can to lock things down because, hey, if you can't win, you can't score. It's cliche, but it's cliche for a reason. This one just north of halftime.
Absolutely good mid play right there. Eris trying to cut it off with collection. Diaz puts one on Jonathan's head, but the save is good. Shekas, the person who just scored, gets a breakaway play, and that's a third. Oh my, Monkey Shines. The beginning of this game, literally the first 20 seconds would tell us that Shmoo had this in the bag, and YSG has completely flipped the hourglass.
Tremendous response, and Shake has nothing. Shake and bacon on that one. 3 straight goals on this one, but hey, with the feistiness, with the ferocity that we have seen from Shmoo, I fully anticipate them to be able to respond as well. Carry out across an Eris, looking to do just that again. Still searching for that hat trick. However, all the props in the whole wide world to YSJ. Not freaking out at all after being down 2-0. Able to respond very, very well. Jonas kicks that over. Fine defense here yet again for YSJ. And it feels like they have settled in a fair bit.
Oh, they're 100%. They found their lane. They found their lane, Monkey Shines. That's exactly what they're looking for right now. I mean, look at this pressure, this offense. Diaz looking to get one again, but dink off the crossbar. Down the ball goes. Hesse back to Eris. They're going to look for another one. A heavy-handed touch will lose possession over in the corner. It's going to be Diaz one more time. Can't find that one. 2 go. Shekas on the back wall. Has to defend this well. A little bit of shadow. Diaz to test it one more time. And I think that is the extended stay that Shmoo will have in the YSJ half, as now Jonas gets a chance, but it's not as fruitful as the endeavor was on the opposite side of the pitch.
It is not, but again, YSJ, settling in, feeling confident. You can see it out there. Kicks past one, does Jonathan. That will not find the back of the net, however. And going to pass out the demo memo. There is Diaz. Hesse chasing after, going to try to challenge low. So this about popping back up towards the ceiling. Jonathan not able to get the touch. Jacobs follow up here yet again. It is still a 3-goal run for YSJ. Completely flipped the script, as Tax said a moment ago. We're down 2-0 at one point, but the response was there. Jonathan maybe looking for the double. Shaco's not going to be able to get it past Hesse and Diaz. Both grabbing saves off that. Pop back on over to Diaz. Jonathan, however, going to be able to send that over to Jonas. Jonas up the wall, going to be challenged by Hesse. This one will float on down. Jonas sends his back. Shaco's is there. Touch up and over Eris. It will dip. Jonas looking for the shot. Will not be able to get it. Hesse sends it away.
Oh, it's tough, too. Going to be a double. Hesse almost forces the own goal there out of Shekas. Now we've got an opportunity for a big counterattack, but they have to develop as a team. Eris shuts that one down. Jonathan ain't back in time with a touch. Hesse doesn't dust the defense. One more chance here for Shmoo. Out to the middle they go. Diaz looking for one more. Can't find it. 1 second down. 0-second drill on the line, and the ball will touch. And hey, ho, welcome a win to YSJ.
Yeah, there was a hot moment when we said to ourselves, hey, Shmoo was going to just go out there, pop around, say, hey, we were having a little fun, maybe eventually go free play mode, but they could not afford to do that at all. But they just kind of got all the energy out of their system in the early going. All the props to YSJ for being able to be calm. Says, hey, we will play our game. We'll feel confident in that. 3 shots, 2 goals out there. 4 Shekas, including that nice little groundwork. Also grabbed a couple of saves. Overall, for YSJ, I think that speaks so hugely towards their mental. But as I was saying a little bit earlier on, game 1 to game 2, let's see if Shmoo can shake that off, start out where they did previously in this game, and build on it. YSJ, I'm curious to see if they are able to continue the momentum that they grabbed in game number 1.
I agree. I do like the fact, though, 1 save and an assist is what separated both of these teams. They both had the same shots. There was 1 goal to the side of YSJ, 4 saves to the side of YSJ as well, 3 on the side of Shmoo, and then an extra assist on the side of Shmoo. So again, full team involvement almost here for all 6 players on the pitch. We roll into game 2. Now, we got to remember, Monkey Shines, this is a best of 5, right? This isn't a best of 7.
No.
Oh, it's 3. I'm completely wrong. Yeah, I thought it was 5. I thought we were that early. That was like, I thought we were already here in the big times, but no, this is a best of 3. This is the point.
Indeed,
This is the point.
and That's the thing about best of threes is what you don't have time to really, you don't have time to adjust really at all. You know, much like a day one out there in the RLCS open walls, you got to be happy with what you take out there to the dance in the first place. And my goodness, how that must feel for YSJ saying, yeah, we only need one more dub. We felt confident about how we got here. Jonas, that one off the backboard, however, going to be set away now by Hesse. Diaz looking for the follow as well. Jonathan, however, going to steal that one away. And I think right now, absolutely huge for either of these teams to be able to get on the board first, because again, you don't have a whole heck of a lot of time to adjust. And I think ultimately, first score here, I feel it speaks volumes.
Oh, it absolutely does. Also, I mean, I'm pretty sure are we sure that we played a best of 3? The other side played a best of 5. It was 3-1 on the score from the opposite winners semis.
Let's see. Yeah, we were looking to get confirmation on that, honestly. And again, more fantastic Rocket League. Again, this one brought to you.
Hey, I'm here for more games.
Bow Valley College and Lotus 8. Of course, thanks so much to Bow Valley College for their sponsorship of this one. $250 out there for the fine folks in the grand finals. And Diaz, I don't care which one you're talking about. I don't care which one is ultimately going to give love to Carmi Garb in the back of the net. Absolutely huge for Schmill, regardless of the situation. Hey, you get on the board first, you can kill the run going back into game number 1, and you can start where you left off coming into game number 1, able to establish yourself in the early going. Let's see if they can grab a second as they did previously.
That's the whole point, man. Look at this, though. It's going to be full field domination, obviously, from the side of Shmoo is what they're looking for. Last time, I think halfway through the game, they were unfortunately giving up that possession in the midfield is where it broke down often. And by the way, Monkey Shine's big time confirmation there. We are playing a best of 5, buddy.
I love it. Hey, the more I can get of not only these two teams, but everybody involved, I'm here for the duration. I'm here for the entirety of it. Diaz sends this one away. However, you got Jonas and Jonathan both back there. Going to be able to score it away is Jonathan. Up and over. Shekos grab the demo, and Jonas with the follow. The demo goal coming in clutch out here for YSJ.
Hey, dude, I am starting to become a believer that my prediction based off roster was entirely wrong. I'm about to become the biggest Jonas fan you've ever seen.
And hey, easy to be based on what we have seen here. And hey, nothing wrong with going off roster straight away, I think, but it's entirely different from what you see on paper. Sometimes it translates, but a lot of the times, hey, people go out there, they mesh, play styles are just better when it counts. Moses Sheko is going to be able to send that back up and over to Jonathan. However, not a whole heck of a lot to work with there. 10 in tank. And my goodness, able to deny, at least for the moment, is Shmoo looking for the full rush shot. Hesse over to the wall. Diaz there as well. But back down. No, Shagos is going to be able to send that over to the wall. Jonas looking to advance here yet again. Maybe make it 2-1, but that one gets bopped away now. Eris. Oh my goodness, this one's set high over to Jonathan. Eris may be able to do something with it. Has the reset off that. Shagos sends this one back. Hesse standing outside of the net. Gentle touch there by Jonas. Hesse going to send it away. However, no, Jonathan going to return to center. At least for the moment, that 50 pops high up and over. Jonathan, find patience there. Carry out across by Diaz. Jonas going to try to challenge. Pops this one over. Past Jonathan. Now Jonathan will deny. Fantastic. Critical save. However, Harris getting back on the board here for Shmoo. Make it one for Diaz and another for Harris. Buck 51 left to go in this game number 2. Shmoo currently on top.
I actually like that option there from Eris and Diaz as well. Both of them played that really well. The control to save that last little touch, forcing all the defenders into the net. That was just an awkward situation if you're a YSJ member. So Shmoo capitalizing on the awkward positioning on that one. 2-1. They up the ante with the lead. A little less time in this game than there was in game number 1 when YSJ decided to take over control of that game. But now we're seeing a bit more calculated plays, out of here from Shmoo. And as soon as I say that, of course, it's none other than who? My boy Jonas.
Your boy Jonas. Somebody get out there, print the t-shirts, print the flags, get the towels made, because Jonas making a huge fan out of my guy over here. And I'm not going to lie, myself as well. Buck 21 left to go in this one. Now a tie game, and we saw when it mattered most, YSJ able to step up and step on. However, in this case, Tack, not a 3-goal run by any stretch of the imagination. It's not that long streak that, hey, it affords your opponent the opportunity to get comfortable, to get confident. This one just back and forth.
Ooh, what a save, Nessie. Off that wall, good positioning here. The approach, Diaz, the shot from the side. Oh, it's just right on top of your head and you're facing towards the net. You're not going to be able to save that banger of a shot. They take the lead one more time, and there's only 59 seconds left. You know what, though, Monkey Shines, there's plenty of time left in this game right now for YSJ to put another one on the board.
Plenty of time, and we saw kickoffs be oh so effective over the course of the past several years, over the entirety of our careers, let alone what these fine folks are able to do. But still, we have matched the offensive output from our game number one. Jonas slowing this one down, and I think honestly right now, if you are Shmoo, hey, everything that you can do to keep it on the opponent's side of the pitch and continue pressure for them, what you're looking for right here. However, you find the exact opposite as Harris pop up now by Diaz. However, Shakos looking to tie this one up quite possibly. You get 30 seconds, plenty of time for YSJ if they can possibly get on the board. However, Diaz looking to finish this one up here in a hurry. Continuing the pressure is Shmoo. However, Jonathan carries this one away. Fine challenge out there. Pop back down. 13 seconds left to go here, folks. Diaz not able to get the handle popped away now. Up and over. Hesse is there along with Shakos. That one dips back down. It will unfortunately be off as now Diaz looking to finish this one out, maybe in style. Dip back down. Juke jiving over Shakos. Will tonight there. Harris pops this one to the ground, and we have ourselves a tie series.
That one's tough. You do hate to see that in the last second. Shmoo, though, putting it into the ground to definitely secure the win. A 1-goal game as well from game one to game two. We've got a restart in the lobby there. Shakos is going to get back in here after rebooting, maybe refresh. So, get up and stretch your legs, players, while you're at it. Get a time to kind of talk amongst yourselves and see what could have changed between those two games. You guys had an absolutely dominant performance on the side of YSJ. Shmoo, I think, adapted a little bit better and were able to shut down that push that you had late game, that second wind. So now I think it's time to take a different look, different approach to the Shmoo roster.
Yeah, and we talked about response in the early going there in game number one. YSJ able to respond. They're able to bounce back after that 2-0 situation, go out and win it 3-2. Similar situation here. Shmoo besting YSJ, which again, props to them. Not letting the situation shake them by any stretch of the imagination. We will go out there. We will play our game. We will be confident in it. And I think that speaks very, very well to them as well. So just great mentality on both sides of the pitch. And that always sets up for a fantastic series.
100%.
So again, coming to this next one, YSJ and Shmoo in the game number 3. Just waiting for everybody to pop back in here. Again, game number 3. This is a best of 5. So at the very least, getting a couple more from these two teams. Again, just looking to get my colleague back on here. ASAP. I think we got him back. There we go.
I'm sorry, but we're the swing game. You know what I mean? That's what I was trying to say.
We are.
Swing game 3, where it's very important. And we've got Prime in the chat letting us know it's Shakaz. And I don't know if it's code
Thank you.
or whatever, but we're trying our best to say it. I hope I've been saying it right. I don't know who's been saying it right or wrong, but we're trying here.
Just update the pronunciation charts. That's all we got to do. We appreciate the correction. We update the pronunciation charts. We move ahead. So thank you so much, Prime. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. But yes, it is the swing game. It is game number 3, a pivotal game, of course, because hey, after all, after this one of these fine folks, you just got to win. And I know it's basic arithmetic, but even I fail at that sometimes. You just got to win one, or the opposition put even more pressure before you possibly get popped on down to the lowers. But I think that's important to remember as well here, Tack, because even though you might take an L here, you do still have that extra life. It will be a slog down in the lowers, don't get me wrong. But one of these teams, I'm very curious to see what happens here. I think we have another back and forth here. We saw it in game number 1. We see it in game number 2. Ultimately, it's going to be about that resolve. And, whenever we have a situation that involves Lotus 8, we're always talking about the mental. That is something that this organization takes very, very seriously. So we will see which of these teams can steal down the most and the soonest.
I don't know what kind of tunes you listen to, but every time Jonas scores, all I can think of in my brain is that Weezer song, My Name is Jonas.
Oh, you too. Okay, good. Glad I
Okay, all right, we're the same. All right, I'm glad we're sharing the same brain cell on that player. Let's go. All right, Eris is trying to lead the charge here for Shmoo to get them started. Like I said, swing game, and it's not gonna be Eris, but it's gonna be Diaz with the combination of Eris themselves. That duo linking up yet again for another goal in game 3.
I'm not especially shocked that we were talking about Diaz, because I'm pretty sure if you said, hey, YSJ is going to score first, we would talk about Jonas. I think either of them, if you would have asked us who scored first, I think those two names would have probably come out of both of our mouths. However, right now, they do need a second. And I think right now, if you're talking YSJ, I think you look to maybe Jonathan in this case, not to throw any shade on any of these individuals. And Eris, I don't say he's been quiet, but like to see him get involved a little bit more in this one. Is Jonathan looking to carry this one out across, gets deleted, and my goodness, bully ball coming out to play in a big way for Shmoo. And I feel that when you find yourself in a swing game like this, I feel it's necessary. I feel you bring out that aggression, if anywhere, in the here and the now, because so much on the line for you.
Yes, there's 100% on the line. I mean, well, there's $200 Canadian on the line if you don't start playing aggressive, if you don't start employing those tactics that you need to win a game. Because who wants to go home with a measly 50? We want that full 200.
You want the full 200, and again, Hesse cutting back the ferocity, the tenacity that we are seeing from Shmoo here in the moment. However, excellent defense there by Jonathan. And this one, we are 2 minutes into it, but it has all the makings of a defensive struggle. Loving the pressure that Shmoo is continuing on. Hesse pops that one back off the dome. Make it 2-0. Shmoo 3/16. As we're looking to advance on, we're looking to get that one more game after this one and send you boys down to the Lords.
And it's that change up. You look at Hesse knowing that all they had to do was that light, gentle touch as everyone's diving, panicking on the goal line to get that one away. A little bit of a mishap there from YSJ, I must say, but also nevertheless expected in that moment, because you do not want to get scored on. They do have a chance to counter here. That one gets easily sniped away by Hesse, and there is not a single player down the pitch, and Diaz looking to Hesse to find that goal, and it is 3-0 in game 3 for Shmoo.
And you want to talk about what is necessary to put all the pressure on the defense? Here you go. How about 6 shots? 6 shots, because even if you're not going to convert all of them, and Diaz grabbing a couple, you are just putting so much pressure on YSJ, because while they may have a full save chart, eventually, I mean, these are human beings. They're going to blink, and you put that level of pressure on them. Not only are you going to make them respect you even more, but you are going to take some of the focus off Hesse and Eris, providing them for shot score opportunities here as well. However, we have seen YSJ able to calm themselves down before. This one appears to be a little bit more of a difficult challenge. Again, we are in the middle of this series, of this best of 5. That is going to be a slog tack.
Oh, no.
Tip him if you got him. It is the hat trick. Absolutely, it's going to be a slog, because we ain't going to let him. Great touch there by Hesse. Chase by Diaz.
No.
And right now, it is the Diaz show.
It is. You're right. I mean, like you said, tip him if you got him. Take him off. Throw him on the field. I cannot believe it was a blunder of a mistake from YSJ that let that one through, in my opinion. Again, they sent the house and they just left the field wide open almost twice in a row. Everyone having to dive to get back. Jonas to shoot, denied away. I mean, Monkey Shines, they couldn't buy a goal if they won the lottery.
I don't even care if you had any more esports tokens that are going to be switched over to standard issue credits. They cannot do anything out there right now. The goal is absolutely stonewalled. A steel curtain draped across the goal of Shmoo. However, Jonathan maybe just looking to get some positive momentum right now. Anything moving on in to our game number 4. And my goodness, getting off the dome was Hesse. And at this point, though, Tag, I mean, if you are Shmoo, go out there. You are officially allowed free play mode. That doesn't mean don't take your opposition seriously, but if you weren't already having a good time, maybe try some stuff that you normally wouldn't in this situation, because any more positive momentum that you build, you can take on into game number 4 and possibly wrap this series up. They keep playing like this. It almost seems like an eventuality. Even Jonas not able to sneak it past Diaz. My word.
You gotta be kidding. 2 shots at the goal line from Jonas and not a single one of them find its mark. Yeah, it's tough for YSJ this game. I'm not saying to pack it up and pack it home, but you got 60 seconds and you got 4. That is, if I've ever seen a mountain to climb, I mean, that's the biggest example of what Everest looks like in this moment.
I was going to say, did you put Everest on top of Everest? And to be fair, kickoff goals aplenty have happened. You might look at it and say, my goodness, this is impossible, but everything is impossible until it is not. But you got to wonder as well, is this time for Diaz to step up, maybe get the hat trick plus on the cusp of a savior as well? Hesse looking at a playmaker alongside back down to Eris, able to send this away. And just a defensive rotation right now by Shmoo. The level of Christmas back there. No panic in Skywalker situation. The confidence on full display. Eris sitting back there. Maybe a squishy to be had, and indeed everything continuing to come up Shmoo.
The chance. Oh, that's just in. That's actually just in. A pair of kickoff goals here could actually really turn the tide on this, and I'm so impressed by YSJ's resolve right now. This could easily be a very close 1-goal game. I'm hoping that it's not. I hope that we see something very different here from YSJ. Jonas has linked up for at least 1. Jonathan looking for a hopeful 3rd here for the team. Jonas and Shekas are not going to be able to get to that. Diaz probably puts that. They couldn't get it out. Goes over to Eris, but that will be goal number 5. 1 second left here to YSJ. And right now, this will lead us into game number 4. Shmoo with match point.
Yeah, I do believe Sheikah's just looking to maybe tip that back down to awaiting Jonas, but instead just right over his head. And ultimately may indeed have sealed the deal. Shmoo heading out in front. 2-1, only having to win 1 more. But let's stop for a moment and appreciate what Diaz does out there. The lone member of Shmoo waiting 6 shots, 3 goals, the savior, the triple double, whatever you prefer. Also an assist out there, just popping off was Diaz. And if they are able, not just Diaz, but Shmoo as a whole are able to take that, put it into another game, yeah, we might be looking at a game 4, but I don't think we go beyond that.
True. It will be. I don't like. At first, I thought it was wrong. I thought my prediction was wrong. I thought YSJ was about to show us magic, but maybe I was right initially. And I'm hoping it's not like this. I'm hoping I'm not right like this.
Well, here's the thing. Regardless of whether or not you lose a game 2-1, 5-2, 10-2, ultimately in this series, a game is a game. You have the opportunity here, if you are YSJ, to reset. There are still zeros on the scoreboard. So ultimately, you got to treat this as a game-to-game situation, a play-to-play situation, not only because if you lose this one, you're dismissed down to the lowers, but I feel that's great for mental, especially coming after a game like that where your opponent just absolutely popping off, confident, everything that they need to do. It went their way, and of course, Diaz with 1 player popping off. So I think ultimately for them, for YSJ, if they're able to find a way to slow down Diaz in the early going, to be able to build a foundation of that confidence and that mental in the early going, I think that bodes well for them. But you got to be fair on this one. Where is Eris? And not to say that we haven't seen him. It's kind of an inevitability thing.
I agree. I think it is inevitable that this team will pop off together. And I do think they'll each get their individual moments. Hesse did play very well last game. I think Hesse was trying to provide that playmaker ability just like Eris did. Diaz, obviously, the shooting talent here for Shmoo. We're going to need to see YSJ wake up the way they did in game 1. We need to see that game 1 Jonas. Still a big fan, all right? I'm still going to become the #1 Jonas fan by the end of this series, regardless of the outcome. However, got to see them wake up.
Got to see them wake up, but I think, hey, you know, regardless of the situation here, regardless of how the series goes, I think everybody should be a Jonas fan, but how about some love for Hesse as well? It only took 17 seconds of game time, but Shmoo out on top 1-0.
Not surprised whatsoever by that, if I'm being honest. Hesse does wake up and take the first goal, and I am, again, just impressed that all 3 of these players are able to just kind of take it home. You know what I mean? They are able to just punch it through when need be. They have their own individual roles to fill. I do think that Hesse is kind of playing more of the fill-in when need be to the duo of Eris and Diaz. So it's nice to see on the Shmoo roster. Back pass here will be played all the way to the corner. Sheikahs will be able to make that. It will make do with that. Unfortunately, the team isn't able to put one home. Jonathan gets demoed. Sheikahs right there at the goal line to keep it out, and YSJ looking to march down the pitch for a goal.
Still 1-0 in favor of Shmoo, and this one, it seems to be sitting on the razor's edge for YSJ. The response, absolutely critical here. You cannot go down 2-0 to this team. They have been too good. They have been too fluid, too confident. Demo member passed up their courtesy of Sheikahs. Back down to Jonas. Jonas taking the sky. Diaz looking to challenge, able to get it past one. However, you do have Hesse, and Hesse, an absolutely critical save. Still plenty of time, and again, bit by bit, play by play for YSJ. Pop up now, looking to get the follow on this quite possibly. Send along over into the corner. Jonathan, that one gonna get past as Hesse maybe look for one more. Sheikahs popping this one off the dome. Diaz and Eras both back, trying to get reset. Jonas pops this one back over to Jonathan. Jonathan, gentle touch. Diaz and Hesse both back there. Kick up now by Jonathan, but Hesse with the save yet again.
And I like Hesse playing the third here. Obviously, like I said, the duo of Eris and Diaz are going to be threatening on the offensive side of the pitch. I do want to see a little bit more from all three of the players. It's a wide open shot. Hesse will defend well. Sheikahs couldn't get there in time. Jonas back out to the mid. Jonathan has no boost to get back. It's Eris versus one. Sheikahs is able to challenge that one away. Diaz, nice touch. Boost aplenty on the side of YSJ as Shmoo had to regain their bearings. We'll see a nice push down the pitch here, but unfortunately no goal for all you Shmoo fans out there. Jonas to try to lead the charge. Jonathan with the bump, but no challenge at the goal line as Hesse takes the save.
Now Eris sends this one away. However, Jonas may have a shot on, and then, oh, big pardon. I gotta pause. I gotta go back. An absolutely magnificent save. Diaz looking to finish this one off, but again, slow touch by Jonas. Appreciate the patience here. You could panic if you are YSJ, but take it bit by bit, touch by touch. Diaz not going to be able to get that as Sheikahs sends it back down to Terra Firma out across, trying to get it past Hesse a bit. Easier said than done. Carry out across. Eris and Hesse both there, but again, Shmoo able to collect and dismiss the offensive threat.
Jonas good touch to at least kind of test the defense. Eris will get over Jonathan there. Nice play towards the back line. Challenge on Eris as well. Will look decent. Jonas, a couple of wall dashes to try to get down the pitch quickly. Unfortunately, doesn't turn into anything. Sheikahs puts it back in the mid. Jonathan, all the boost to catch up to it, but Hesse is one to get it away. Sheikahs with the bump allows YSJ to reset in this moment. Jonas, a little bit of possession here. Ground pinch to the side, but there's nobody there. Taking it solo, leaving it for a teammate to the ceiling. Unfortunately, no touch again. Finds a shot, but Jonas is there to carry. And his name is Jonas.
Here at the Chattering said, hey, my #1 fan, I got to give you something to be happy about. What a carry out across not only Diaz, but also Eris. And if you are YSJ, that is the level of adrenaline you need to be shot into your system right now. Able to tie things up at one over Diaz. Looking for another shot on pop up now by Jonathan. Jonas sends this one away. Hesse and Eris both back there. Hesse, my goodness, thought we might see a double up by YSJ. That is something that we saw in game #1. However, Eris taking that moment of love and appreciation away, dashing the dreams, at least momentarily, of my colleague.
I am so sad. That was so good. They played it so well. Jonas gets the goal, and then unfortunately, it just goes right back over to Shmoo. Again, expected in this case. They are a team, high caliber offense team. Jonas one touch. Jonathan demo in the back. Good 50 there. Sheikahs looking to challenge the back line. Does so well, but not well enough to get it away from Eros. We have another one off the back wall corner. Jonas with a touch, a pinch down. Good save away. Leaves Jonathan spinning in circles. who at least gets one. Chika's down. Another one out of the corner. Back pass to Jonas. Shot towards the net. No boost. Hesse, awkward bumps. Jonathan can't get there in time. And that's all the boost from Hesse. Jonas has grabbed the 100 pad. Can they do something with it? Only 5 seconds to see if they stay in this series. And that might be the bell. But for whom the bell tolls, we won't know until now. And it's Shmoo who is led into the winners finals to take on SOS.
Heck of a series there. Nothing to be ashamed about, nothing to slump your shoulders about. If you are YSG, and again, your day, it is not done by any stretch of the imagination. You do have one life left, although it is going to be a challenge to be able to cash in on it. But heck of a series. GG's to both of these teams. I don't know. We're done seeing. I don't know. We're done seeing YSJ, but we will most certainly see even more of Shmoo here momentarily.
No, yeah, we absolutely will. They get over to the winners finals where they get to play SOS, and now SOS. Now that's a roster, Mr. Monkey Shines. SOS, Drewy, Plexi, and Life. I definitely know you recognize all three of those names.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And the Plexi Life connection into's absolutely gorgeous. And then you throw in that third as well. Whew, it's going to be wild. But you know what? Based on what I saw there out of Shmoo, I feel that they can give him a game, and maybe we see something that raises an eyebrow or two there as well.
I agree. But you know what, man? Let's take a second. Let's get ourselves set up, guys. And before we get out of here, if you're curious at all about the Esports Business Management program at Bow Valley College, we're dropping a link in the Twitch chat every 20 minutes. So you better keep an eye out for it when it pops up, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The first thing you see in the space here are our driving simulators. The driving simulators were custom made by Trax VR. Trax VR is a local company here in Calgary. The big statement here is our 5v5 stage. There's 3 different viewing solutions that we have set up. We have the direct view LED television system made by LG. On the floor, we have 20 gaming units. The gaming units are set up so that they're magnetically paired together and they can be repositioned. They can be taken out if we have a live audience that's viewing. The very back of the space is built with console stations. These console stations have Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation. The first thing you see when you walk in is our TriCaster system. This is where the director would stand. They would select the input. They would push it through for a live broadcast. This is our varsity gaming space. It's always in a lot of use right now. It's great to see lots of people in here. We have our acoustic padding on the walls, double pane glass. It's set up to emulate the 5v5 stage. So we have 5 on this side, 5 on that side. And then the 11th station is actually for our coach. All the information can be streamed onto our large 65-inch screen TV there. And that enables us to review plays and sort of analyze the players.
The EBM program at Bow Valley College is a 2-year business diploma. You do 14 of your standard business administration courses in things like accounting, financial management, and HR. What kids get really excited about, of course, is our esports courses. Over the course of the program, students will learn about the basics of the esports industry, how esports have grown across the globe. They'll get some hands-on experience running broadcasts for esports matches and events, and they'll even have the opportunity to run their own events with an industry partner as well in their final semester.
Got wandering eyes that I seem to follow. Can only stay still for some time. I've never aligned
Welcome on back, folks, to the $250 Bow Valley College Lotus 8 Esports 3v3 tournament. Tack, we had a fantastic series to kick things off, but things get even spicier here. We did enjoy Shmoo able to get that dub over YSJ, but the stakes even a little bit higher and the road even more rocky. Got to be taking on SOS.
It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a lot tougher, in my opinion, for Shmoo, at least. This SOS roster definitely tested and proven. I do believe these guys made quite the run in RLCS. You're going to have to remind me on this one how deep they went. Did this roster ever make a top 16? Or I know Life did. Was it with this roster?
I don't know that it was with this roster, but it's a roster that, we're very familiar with. Like I said, they've been out there in 2v2 situations. They've been out there in crew battles, everything. They are very familiar with each other and what they are capable of. So they are hard hitters. I mean, that we can definitely say that with all the enthusiasm and the confidence in the whole wide world. So ultimately here for SOS, I think you look to Life and Plexi. That's an obvious statement, but I'm going to go along with it for the meantime. And again, folks, this a best of 7. We did enjoy a best of 5, but you have a little bit more time in this one. So even things, if they go awry, you can calm yourselves and collect yourselves a little bit more.
Oh, dude, 100%. But this is my favorite part of watching this is definitely a top 32 winners side RLCS match here. And that's kind of my favorite thing. We get to see Life with an amazing goal line save. Just high-level competition in this roster, just like the last one as well. I mean, no shade to YSJ. Those guys are insanely good. So we just get, high-caliber matches back-to-back. Again, as I said before we went live on this broadcast here for this game, I do think this match will 100% favor SOS. I wouldn't be surprised if SOS takes complete control of the series quickly, but I will never sleep on Shmoo. Good roster here. I do think that they can take it to it, and I do think they have the ability to take us the distance 100% against this SOS roster.
Yeah, I think we've learned in the early going not to count Shmoo out by any stretch of the imagination, but Plexi looking to carry out a long Diaz, just going to swap back. Eris up over to the side, going to be challenged by Life, drop back down. Hezi is there, however, soft touch, and I think right now, if you are Shmoo, you plan for the long run. You say, okay, if we're going to take this stuff, let's make it 5, let's make it 6, let's maybe even make it 7, and you prep for that. And if you are able to get out of here in less time, hey, fantastic. Mazel tov, crack open some champagne. That alone would be a tremendous win. But honestly, you want to talk about a tremendous win in the meantime, I feel the fact that they are not seeing anything on the scoreboard opposite them, that in and of itself is small dub.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Plexi is the new... Yeah, okay. I was going to say, Prime, I definitely remember there was a team with Life, and I knew Drew was on it. I just didn't know if it was Plexi, but it was Expert. Great team. Great team to make top 12. That is, again, Life, I'm ecstatic that player has finally gotten what he deserves. Talented kid as well to boot. Now just kind of playing for fun with the homies. That shot off to the side, looking very good for Shmoo. Drew is going to push this one down, pinch off the back wall. Diaz is able to get that touch, and that clear is going to be exactly what Shmoo needed to kind of reset and regain on this offensive front. But hey, check that scoreboard, Mr. Monkey Shines. Look how many goals we see. Not a single one.
Not one. And I will tell you, I'm rather... Whoa! And the clank down, the crossbar, nothing. I will say I'm actually rather familiar with Life. This is an individual very familiar with 100x35, and I know them all too well. But Hezi going to pick up where he left off. Great touch there by Diaz, dropping this back out, trying to dime, and that slow pop. Honestly, my guy, sometimes so much more challenging than just a straight banger at your face. Because you say, hey, I've got all those folks out there ready to take a shot. What in the world do I do? Sometimes it's very easy to lead into a panic. But my goodness, able to get on the board first. We saw zeros, and that in and of itself, hey, if you are Shmoo, how about grabbing that 1-0 lead?
Oh, off the post, but there goes Life clean up for Drew. 3 players involved on that play to tie us up. We've got 96 seconds on the clock. So plenty of time to spare for somebody to bring it right on back into their favor. But for now, we remain all even across the board. Who will take the lead?
Diaz will take the lead.
In the most anticlimactic fashion. Hang on, wait a second. Are you a soothsayer? Are you a fortune teller? How'd you know that was going to happen?
I mean, it's great to have that tie ball game for a hot second if you are SOS. However, Diaz is out to deny everybody, whether you're YSJ, whether you are Life, Drew, or Plexi. Diaz is the heartbreaker in the meantime. And again, it is about building that confidence in the early going here. It is going to be a slugfest at the very least, even with a sweep. My goodness, can you imagine? We're still going to see 4 games from these two tremendous trios. But for this group, for Shmoo, they have definitely packed a lunch. They are here for the long haul.
Oh, 100%. They're going to be here for as long as they possibly can be, and they're going to make it annoying for any team in front of them, as we are witnessing right now. 60 seconds ring up on the clock, and it's up to SOS to try to find themselves one more goal to put us in a tying situation. Life off the back wall is good, even though Drew's challenge is what forced that awkward play. Another challenge out of the corner. Drew and Life now moving down the pitch to look for something else. Awkward possession. Oh, they aren't able to hold on to it. SOS handing it over to Shmoo. Drew up all the boosts in the tank to try to cut the play off. Does so well enough, and now it's gonna be up to SOS with low resources on their side to try to produce something out of nothing.
All the credit in the whole wide world to Shmoo right now. Again, there still is plenty of time for Life, Plexi, and Drew to be able to tie this one up. But the fact that we are talking about the early going, and indeed Life will provide, has the savior, and now on the cusp of the hat trick. So my goodness, we are not done here by any stretch of the imagination. And what a game number 1, right? If this is what this series is going to become over the long haul, hey, I think we had every right to be so very excited about it. As right now, it is Life offensively v Shmoo. Drew, however, going to send this one away. Maybe another opportunity to get on the board by SOS. Hesse, however, going to escort up and over towards Eris. Plexi. So up there over to Life. 0's on the clock, 2's on the scoreboard. Life looking for the fall back down. Diaz there along with Hesse, carried out and long. That one will dip back down. Plexi lying in wait, folks. FTC for the content in our game number 1 of this best of 7.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy that we finally get to see this here. Oh no, oh my, I thought it was another anticlimactic ending. It's not, but it's hectic play on the back line. Shmoo escapes with the ball and leaves the side of SOS kind of crumbling on defense as they're looking to gain some type of footing here. Getting a little bit of an update as well. It seems to me that we are actually in a best of 5. You're not in a best of 7.
Oh, big pardon. Big pardon. We are all over the place. Hey, look, again, what I will say, my guy, is that I'm here for the Rocket League. So I do apologize. Yes, best of 5. Best of 5 for what we'll see. Of course, the grand finals will be a best of 7. So glad that we got that sorted. All the humanizing opportunities out there on the pitch and in the booth. It'd be like that sometimes, folks. But here we are about a minute into our overtime stands. Of course, game number 1. Diaz pop open over and Eris getting involved. Some folks might call it a steal. I just call it fantastic team play. And ultimately, I think Schmidt will happily take that. So we don't care how the goal's going to get on the board. We don't care who's going to take it. Ultimately, taking game number 1.
100%. 100%. And again, we're looking at these rosters and we're thinking to ourselves, who really gets the lead in this series is the one who's probably going to be the winner. And like I said, Shmoo is that team that I think could upset this SOS roster, a tried and true team, a team that has definitely been at the top, just along with Shmoo. These guys are in a relative skill range. I do think that Drew and Life did get a more favorable bracket run. They also played their hearts out in this past RLCS split, so they got a little bit better result on their side, kind of swinging the favor in their direction. But hey, results will tell you what it is. This may be just a little bubble area tournament, bubble scene tournament, but Shmoo putting up the results.
Yeah, and Diaz, not just Diaz, actually big partner for Shmoo. Total team effort. Loving it for them. Of course, Diaz grabbing the savior and Life. A lot put on him in this situation. Not only the scores, not only taking the offensive lead for SOS, 5 saves, almost on the cusp, or on the cusp, big pardon, of a dual savior. And that is a ton on his shoulders. We know what he's capable of. We know he can handle that, but not an individual, no one person in this case can take care of that the entirety of the series. So looking forward to see Plexi and Drew get a little bit more involved there as well.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. I do think that Plexi has also been around. Ooh, hang on now. What we got going on? We got a bunch of people dancing, playing musical chairs. What is that? What?
I think we're getting there.
There we go. Drew's back.
There we, yeah,
All right, we got him.
there
All right,
we
we
go.
found him.
Fantastic. It is game number 2 of this best of 5. There we go. A little bit, some alterations being made previously on. So, beg pardon. You know what? We have just been told one more time. They said, Monkey Shines, you know what? You want 7? We got 7. It is officially a best of 7. Appreciate that. Each and every one of you helping us out with that. And I appreciate as well, Tech. You know, people can identify it. Good Rocket League. They want to identify the, hey, you got to give the people what they want.
All right, well, hopefully we get the gameplay on the screen. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want. They're tired of looking at the casters. I can tell you that right now. They don't want to see us. They want to see this gameplay. And you know what? Biggest shout out right here to our production, because my lord, are they putting this poor guy through the ringer. We love you, Nick.
We love you, Nick. We need to send this man his flowers, but looking to provide flowers also out here in the grand finals. Again, folks, winner of this one grabbing 200 Canadian. The second place team grabbing 50 as Life nudges this one away. And again, continuing on is Life looking to be yet again the individual from SOS to put him on the board. Able to keep things silent for Plexi and Drew has Shmoo banned. And again, they have been able to do the little things that matter to knock SOS back into the lowers, back down into the lowers, I should say.
That's the hope, right? They want to be able to take it through and Shmoo. Oh, and hey, dude, I don't even need to look at the screen. Monkey Shines, I don't even need to, I can close my eyes. Let me guess. It's Diaz who scored.
Sir, are you sure that we are talking about an NA Diaz and not the one that I think we all think whenever we hear that name? Because I see an individual playing like the latter right now.
Oh, dude, he's controlling the pace of play. He is in control of the lobby as we speak. And with weapons behind him like Hesse and Eris, it is gonna be incredibly hard to beat this squad. But again, your opponents are SOS, and I absolutely believe these three have it in them to do exactly that, and that's disrupt the balance. We're going to see more of that. I know we are. Once SOS finds their groove, they find their lane. We just got to wait for it to happen.
Indeed, and in a best of 7, again, if you are like Plexi and Drew, no reason to panic here by any stretch of the imagination that you didn't grab game number 1, that you're behind here in game number 2. You should feel confident about what you do. You should feel confident in your play style. But one thing that we are well aware of as Hesse Kickback grabbed the demo on Life is that there is a level of aggression that Shmoo is bringing to the pitch that you have to not only respect and honor, but you have to give that right back to them. You cannot let them take the lead with that. You cannot let them capitalize on bumps and demos. You have to put the pressure on them as well. Hesse, we're not going to be able to follow up and make it a 2-0 situation. Yeah, looking for the pitch, got to be able to get it. Life sends that back down. Eris trying to follow up here yet again, up and over to Diaz. Not going to find the back of the net. Is that one carry out across by Plexi? Pop back now to Hesse. Drew sends that one along, up and over. Got the bump, did Life. That one waterfalls back down, but it is Life often pull off there momentarily. Plexi with the carry out across. Drew is back down there. It will not be on, not even close.
That was such a good play, such a good possession progression from the side of SOS. They were right there at the goal line. Unfortunately, could not put it in was Drew, but they have a chance again. Offense aplenty here for SOS. They've got low stamina on the side of Shmoo. They got a plus off of it, but unfortunately they've sent all the way back home. Pack in Life looking for some help here, hands it over to Eris. Eris denied by Plexi. A midfield play, the midfield battle, the war of attrition almost, if you will, breaking down on the pitch before our eyes as SOS is just trying so hard to get out of their own half and make a goal.
Yeah, it's so challenging. You see them pressed up against their own net right now. Do a thing, do anything. We want to be able to advance. We want to be able to press up to our opposition side of the pitch. But no, Shmoo, wagging the finger, says, you know what? We're going to dictate the pace of play, and we force you. We absolutely force you. We dare you to do the same. We dare you to provide us something different. And right now, that has been one of the biggest challenges for SOS, not able to leave their half of the pitch, not able to find any confidence, always on the defensive, pressed up the back 5% of the pitch. Harris looking to follow that one.
Oh, no.
It is not entirely Ensconced shadow, but there's about a good 25%. And my goodness, just putting the pressure on, stomping, scratching, clawing to possibly put one on the net here yet again. Still 1-0. But my gosh, I think if Shmoo is able to clear this one away, I think we're talking about a dub.
I mean, it's a 1-goal game for now, and it might stay that way. Drew throws this one over to Diaz. Diaz denies immediately. Leaves SOS again hunting for boost in their back line. Challenges aplenty from the side of Shmoo. Pass down, denied again. Diaz is not going to let it happen. 0 seconds, but it doesn't matter. Shmoo with a singular goal, the golden goal, if you will, through 5 minutes of gameplay. Take game 2.
And look at that shot chart as well. A grand total of 8 between Diaz and Eris. Hesse not even needing to get involved that much on the offensive efforts there. Again, Life finding himself in a position where he needs to do so very much. However, to be fair, the remainder of SOS, they have not, in that one, not only not able to advance up to the opposite side of the pitch, so very little boost to work with as well. Being starved by Shmoo, pressured there as well. Loving this aggressive style. And if you're going to walk out of the series with a dub, Shmoo has the blueprint. And in fact, I think they looked on SOS's notes, snagged them away and said, okay, we'll make a couple shifts here. Okay, we're good to go. Because right now, up 2-0 in the best of 7.
Something tells me they might have grabbed the Pharaoh whiteboard, the legendary Pharaoh whiteboard, put it behind everybody and was like, okay, here's the plays. Here's exactly what we're going to do. Here's how we're going to break them down completely. Or, you know what it is? Shmoo is actually just playing better on the day. They're playing the best Rocket League we're watching right now. They just won a tough series against the previous team, which was YSJ. And now they're playing arguably a tougher opponent, truly, in SOS, and they are making what looks to be quick work of them here in this winner's finals. We're at game number 3. Game 3, and again, it felt like all through game 2, the just complete control of the pitch was on the side of Orange.
And it is incredibly important to point out here, the only individual that has scored here for SOS is Life, and that happened back in game number 1. Absolutely scoreless in game number 2. So for them, for SOS, finding a way to get on the scoreboard here in a hurry within the first, I don't know, minute, buck 30 or something like that, I feel absolutely crucial for their mentality to return the confidence that I know they came into this series with, but has not been able to find ever since, as we were over 30 seconds into this one, still scoreless. But we have seen Shmoo able to win defensive battles. How about Hesse? Puts one on the board, courtesy of the setup by Diaz, and continuing on the effort off the demo, mind you, is Shmoo making it 1-0.
You just got to look at Diaz and think that this player is all over the pitch for the side of Shmoo. Whether it's assists, defense, shooting, goals, what have you, it's everywhere. Life, a little bit of possession bumped off the play by Harris. Now Drew looking for also some possession there in the corner, but with the stalemate in the challenge, it will go back to the back line of SOS. Another pass shot out the corner. That weak corner for the side of Shmoo, looking to score another goal. Hesse up quick, off the back wall, won't be able to find favorable touch. Life takes a chance, needs to beat one, bumps into Diaz, opportunity there. Plexi fakes the touch. Drew looks to collect, couldn't get that nice little chip you know they were setting up for, and now guess who's marching back home?
And Tack, I will tell you, coming into this one, I fully expected a great deal of team play from SOS. I think you and I both probably were. But right now, outclassing them in that in that area has been Shmoo, as again, SOS trying to find a way to the back of the net, courtesy of Light, but again, denied, this time courtesy of Eris. Drew pops this one away, maybe looking to set up there. Kicks back, has the 100. Diaz, however, with the nudge up and over to Hesse. Plexi and Light bolt back there. That's sent back to Eris. Pop off the dome of Drew. Eris, however, going to escort this one over into the corner. 3 in tank. Diaz nudges this one by. Trying to set up there for Life was Plexi, but slowing things down yet again. Getting back in rotation quickly was Shmoo, and I do appreciate the attempts at the bump goals, the demo goals, everything, just not able to be a half second quick enough And my goodness, this one. Oh, and again, yet another opportunity, but that pops down here yet again.
Oh, that is tough, man. That is just so tough considering the ball just floated aimlessly right in front of the net. That was SOS's chance to put a goal on the board. Now Life off the back wall, almost undefended there. Eris is up. Hesse out to the middle. Drew, another one here, looking for one more touch. Cannot find it, and we're still trying on the side of SOS to no avail.
There was a point in time when SOS was able to get on board. Period. That was back in game number 1. We are in game 3, and that one sent over to the corner. Maybe another opportunity here for Shmoo. That back down. Drew E lying in wait. Pop off the dome. Back down to Plexi. Diaz back there trying to get in position and indeed able to cut off attack. It seems like Shmoo is just that half second faster. It seems like there is a cheat code going on out there. Either that or they are reading the movement and the motions of SOS just down to the letter, denying them before they can even think about it. Eris extending the lead to $2.28 and tack. What a display we are seeing right now, just smothering any offensive effort from SOS of all people. Shmoo out there on a mission.
And this is the crazy part, right? Again, we got to look at this match and go, this is going to be close. This could go the distance. And Shmoo has proven us, well, I mean, right now, entirely wrong, right?
I mean, they ain't about that life. They ain't about that life either, but they say, we got things to do. We got places to be, and we got people to talk to. And honestly, we wouldn't mind hitting the sack a little bit early. Wouldn't mind getting a little bit more sleep this evening, quite possibly, as Hesse steals that opportunity away from Life here yet again. Karadikov's going to be challenged by Drew E. Back over to Life. And again, right now, SOS doing everything they possibly can to find a way on the scoreboard for the very first time since game number 1. Demo goal not to be had, but beg pardon, Hesse come in and clean up. Why don't you? No goals for SOS. However, you want some offense, Shmoo's got you.
And let's just say this, the full team has 100% participation right now. 3 assists to the side of Diaz, Hesse with 2, Eris with 1. I mean, we're used to Diaz scoring all these goals, and it's been everybody but Diaz. Diaz has been the facilitator for the side of Shmoo, and again, take him off of offense, doesn't matter. Take him off of defense, doesn't matter. Take him off the midfield, guess what? It doesn't matter. Diaz is the difference maker in this series.
And again, the ferocity, the absolute callous nature that we have seen here from Shmoo, holding SOS scoreless 2 games in a row. And wait for this tack. Hold on a hot second. I want you to fully appreciate the words that are about to come out of my mouth. On the cusp of a sweep? Huh? What? When, where, which?
I told you at the top of this before it even happened that Shmoo could have done this. I was fully aware of it. Oh, we got a massive raid from Miss Nutrix 24 sliding on in. Thank you and shout out to the streamer Miss Nutrix. Welcome on in, guys.
Welcome on in, Miss Nutrix. Fantastic individual, fantastic community. Welcome on in. I'm glad that you folks are here because you're on the cusp of what would be absolutely ginormous to just slap words together to fully appreciate what we are about to see. SOS, Life, Plexi, Drewy may very well get dismissed to the lowers, and this a very formidable roster, to put it mildly. Shmoo out there absolutely popping off, led by Diaz, but as my colleague said, full team effort, and they are looking to make a statement. If they're able to not only pop SOS down to the lowers, but do so with a sweep, that is a flare out there to everybody, saying you better bring your absolute best and then some if you want to beat us, because we don't believe you can do it.
Man, it is tough. You got to think about it like this. You got to look at it as what is going on. with this SOS roster. You know what? Maybe to their namesake, that is what they're calling out in this series. They need an SOS to get them through. 2 games, 10 minutes of Rocket League completely scoreless from this caliber of roster, and now Eris is getting the first goal. Oh no.
Indeed, they are sending out an SOS, waving I don't know about the white flag, but whatever flag one might be, red, orange, yellow, possibly all of them at the same time. Somebody do a thing, because here we are in game number 4. The last time we saw a score, game number 1, all life, but right now I'm not showing any life, is SOS. Plexi gonna kick back. Diaz, however, gonna send it sky high. Life looking to carry it out across, maybe something here, some manner of life for SOS. Plexi back there, and that one gonna be set away here as well. Drewy kick out over to Life. It will be denied time and time again. This time by Diaz, grabbing the 100, pop up now by Essie over to Eris, bumped out of the way, but the dubs here for SOS, they have been those bumps. They have been few and far between. If you want to talk about a dub for them, I don't even know where to begin. The boost management, it hasn't been there. Yet another shot, this one from Dewey. It is not in the back of the net. They are scrambling right now, Tech.
They are scrambling. They are panicking. Plexi, though, beautiful carry across the pitch. Sidewall touch could be good. Drewy is unable to get to it. Life now. Back wall play denied by Diaz, who cannot get the tires underneath the car. Life was up early. Eris, though, in a much better position. Drewy looking for one touch. Plexi's going to get beat out of the corner by Diaz. And again, SOS looking for anything they could possibly find. Touch off the back wall. Waterfalls down. Drewy looking for some possession there. Life is in an awkward position. Will be sent back packing to the back line. But it gives SOS a chance. They get a chance to look at the pitch one more time, assess the drama going on. Are they able? Yes, they are. Goal is open. Finally, we have Life. The combination of Drewy and Plexi able to score a goal for SOS.
Well, it took a hot minute, but able to get on the board one more time. But here's the thing. If you are going to complete a reverse sweep, which is exactly what SOS needs to do to advance, you need far more offense than that. And not only that, but you need absolutely critical lockdown defense, which Shmoo has shown us that they are more than capable of. That is their calling card, honestly, along with that fantastic team play, as you were mentioning here previously. You don't know which one you got to focus in on, because you can't do that. When one steps aside for a moment, another will step on in, and then you find yourself with the team plays as well. This is just absolutely critical for Drewy to be able to get on the board. And indeed, SOS not going gently into that good night.
What a play. Now we are seeing them kind of hit their lane a little bit, Monkey Shines. We are seeing the lead finally taken. This would be the first time this series?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, no, beg pardon. It was actually, I believe, no, you're right. You're correct. This was the first lead this series, and coming into this one, again, this is what I expected from SOS. However, Essie looking to grab that lead. Well, beg pardon, not to grab the lead, but instead make it go up in smoke. But you are seeing a little bit more enthusiasm. You are seeing a little bit more, pardon the pun, life. You are seeing them maybe even, maybe see, just take a deep breath. Just relax for a hot second to let those muscles chill. Because my goodness, they have been playing tight for so much of this series. Not to say that they can't do it, not to say that they can't take this broom and flip it on its dome, but it just seems like we're talking about such a high mountain to climb. This seems like Everest stacked on Everest.
It does, and honestly, with the way SOS was playing, I'm not going to lie to you. I was about to suggest if this stream was sponsored by Life Alert. But just kidding, guys. Just kidding.
I don't know that the audience would appreciate that joke, but I certainly do, if nothing else.
I get you, but big shout out Bow Valley College right here, supporting this tournament, and the link was just dropped. So definitely want to check that out, guys. Also, their business management program in esports, something you want to look for. Just a quick little, break in the action as we kind of have a little lull here to give a shout out to the people over at Bow Valley College, the wonderful, beautiful people putting on this tournament.
Absolutely so. Again, Bow Valley College, appreciate all of you fine folks for providing us this opportunity for this $250 3v3 tournament. Of course, also love to Lotus 8. And again, kind of going back to Shmoo. Dime up there. It gets past.
Oh, no.
Might can it will, and it will not. Drewy. My goodness, it could have not been floating any slower. Absolutely mandatory to hit that save because there still is, Tech, plenty of time for Shmoo to be able to knock this one up. And I do not want to go into an overtime if I am SOS.
No, that's the last thing you want. Oh, now scramble defense. Monkey shot.
However, so
No.
that one kicked back by Life, dimed up originally by a teammate, but as he said, I don't care who it or what it bounces off of. Let's bring this one back even. 23 seconds left to go in regulation. Diaz off the cheek and off the nose of the opposition. Do you remember when there was hope in the back pocket of SOS? Because I do believe it just went away, but still 20 seconds. We just saw a kickoff goal. Another one can happen here. Dead even off the kick. Dead even twice. Diaz the shot. Drewy the save, but my goodness, need to turn around here in a hurry. Does SOS is right now fighting for their lives, scrapping for their lives, may very well be dismissed down to the lowers if they can't get a shot on. They will not get that one on. Heads with the denial. Live kickback. We are done. 0-second goal. We are headed to OT.
You know, you asked who remembers when SOS had hope in their back pocket, and I do know who remembers. Pepperidge Farm. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Ah, there it is. There it is.
All right,
Well,
back into
the content. Now you just making me want cookies. But talking about something sweet, a sweep for Shmoo is still on the table to collect, along with the milk, to possibly chug on their way to the grand finals. This has now carry out in the long over, popped by Eris. But right now, I think if you are SOS, you got to try to step up to go toe for toe, speed for speed. Haven't been able to do it thus far, but this is your time. This is your moment. As Life has the touch back down, Eris have a great touch, scrambled away, and Drewy not going to be able to rush up, get a banger on that. I feel more 1-2 plays need to be in the wheelhouse of SOS right now. I don't think they can go for the full team. I think we're looking at Life to Plexi here or vice versa.
I would almost suggest Life to Drewy. No offense to Plexi. I think Plexi has played a great facilitator, but that combination of Life and Drewy through that RLCS, I think, might give them a little bit extra. I do know Life and Plexi go way back, like 4 flats on a Cadillac. I know they've been there since the beginning. Pass out to the middle. Drewy. Oh! And look who Mr. Monkey shines. It is the Life Drewy combo. We have a series at least for one more game.
My colleague knows his Rocket League, and what? Not even a ding, not even a ping. It was a clang, and SOS able to get on the series scoreboard. So the good news is you were able to get the dub if you were SOS, and now all you gotta do, it's so easy. All you gotta do is do that again 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's got to feel really good for them. Real quick, it's got to feel real good for them to be able to get that overtime dub.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But this is the SOS team that we were waiting to see. These are the guys, the nitty-gritty Rocket League, the plays that we were waiting to pop out, that moment where Drewy and Life both get a chance to shine, as well as Plexi. Plexi, I mean, holding down the middle of the field, whether it be on assists or defense. I mean, 2 shots to boot with a goal. The whole team active through that overtime to make sure it happened. It is now game 5, and it is still ever so important here for SOS to win. Another swing game on our hands. Momentum could slowly start to shift before us, but with kickoff goals and a kickoff just shenanigans aplenty, it's not going to be what you want, but that is going to be Life setting up Plexi all the way down the pitch for goal number 1.
Shenanigans of plenty. How about shenanigans? Plexi there. Fantastic work to be able to get on the board. All of 9 seconds.
Hit the buzzer. Get him out of here.
It was right up there. It was right. It was right there. I had to take it. But yeah, you got to feel good if you're SOS, able to get the OT dub. You're coming out here. You're scoring early. What is the response here that you are providing if you are Shmoo? Where do you go back to?
You go back to that domination, the full field domination, and that's where you're going to win against SOS, in my opinion. Now you have to do everything you can to shut them down. This is a high touch off the back wall. Drewy is just gonna clang it down into the ground, and we have awoken the monster that is SOS.
So that we knew the series, more likely than not, was gonna be a banger. I don't think we were on the cusp of a sweep, yes, but here we go. We may have the full flip script, but I do appreciate this. You make the reservation if you're SOS, but this roster, you gotta show up fashionably late, and almost a 3-0 situation, not even a minute in here, but Shmoo has shown us, regardless of this, they have been down 2-0. They were there, they were there previously, and they have been able to battle back. Their mental has been absolutely on point. And while we were talking about a 2-0 situation deficit for them, just over a minute into it, I know they're not sweating it. Why should they? There's no reason. They are still out ahead. They still got that 3-game situation where this team in SOS, they have to fight back hard. Although, to be fair, if you are Shmoo, you cannot rest. You cannot take your foot off the gas.
Absolutely not. You take your foot off the gas, the series ends 100%. You're just giving the game over to SOS. Now, do I think they're going to do that? Absolutely not. I don't think this caliber of team knows how to hit the brakes. I don't know if they do know how to let off the gas. Drury with a little bit of boost is going to lose it to Hezi out of the corner. We're going to see something here. Big clear is going to at least dissipate that offensive push for the time being. It's going to force SOS to reset. And off that reset, we're going to see probably magic happen. Drury out of the corner. Challenge is good. Plexi, a little too far up for that one. Didn't expect a heavy-handed touch back to the back end of the SOS half. That clear is absolutely wonderful, but Diaz the touch. And the... Woo! It's about to say the awkward save off the back line, but luckily fortune favors on the side of Shmoo, and they are not able to get scored on yet.
I'm just a little bit slow in that one, a little bit tentative. I'm not going to say hesitant because that wasn't it whatsoever. But
there it is.
Lexi grabbing the pull shot, set up by Life. 3-0 attack, 3-0, and I don't know that we're going to see a rebound here from Shmoo, but I've seen crazier things today already.
I would say that it's been interesting so far. That was almost a shot there for Shmoo. 3-0 though, leading into halftime is the side of SOS. Touch to Life, shot is good. Diaz save is even better. Off the post they go, the crossbar they go. Eris, a couple of touches to the back wall, gets denied right there by Drury. Now it's a 1v1 situation. Who's better, Plexi or Diaz? And guess who it is, buddy? It's 100% Plexi.
Marvelous carry and Diaz. The shadow defense, unfortunately, not enough. Just far too vertical, pointing towards that booty to ball. And if you are a ones main, you know that is absolutely no way to go through life. 4-0 in favor of SOS. And now shell-shocked, stunned has Shmoo become. So, my goodness, Tack, here in this moment, 2 minutes left to go here. We've seen teams in this situation before where things have gone awry. It's been rough. I think right now for Shmoo, it's all about finding that positive momentum, finding something you can take in the next game. GG's go next in your mind. You're not necessarily, slumping your shoulders by any stretch of the imagination, but you're basically right now, I feel, using this for reps.
Oh, they absolutely are. And I think they're getting a lot of good reps out of it as well. Seeing as they're now 4-0 up after being down 3 straight games. Hesse's going to deny Lice any opportunity there. Eris with the shot. My God, what a save. Diaz on the cleanup. It doesn't matter. Shmoo will never be slept on.
Now, this is a team that we have seen work so very well off kickoffs. And honestly, when we break down a $123, I can see 3 goals in there. But they have to stop the offense that has truly come alive here from SOS and Drewy. You going to be able to carry that up the wall? Diaz and Aris both there. Pop by Aris. This one sent sky high by Diaz. Deletion on Hesse, courtesy of Plexi. And I'm loving what SOS is doing right here, by the way. You've got that team mentality on the opposite side of the pitch. You've got a team that once they get in rhythm, the fluidity, it is absolutely deadly. How about you just, I don't know, knock them out of sorts? Do not afford them that synergy. As Aris, that one sky high. Diaz maybe looking for the shot back down. Hesse, can he follow? Tack. We ain't done.
No. Not at all. 49 seconds left, 2 goals down, 100% opportunity here for Shmoo to bring this one back. We are no closer to the end of this game than when it started, my friend.
And honestly, for SOS, no panic necessarily, at least in the here and the now, but definitely maybe an eyebrow raise, respect to be had. Get it into the wild blue yonder was alive, and pressing up there, out across, back by Drewy. This one floats back down, however, plenty for Hesse to carry this out across that pinch, affording Aris the opportunity to kick back there. Diaz, however, no boost, not going to be able to get the shot. 30 seconds left to go in this one, folks. Diaz there along with Hesse. However, Hesse taking this one over into the corner, and that delay, unfortunately, I feel may have wrecked the chances here, at least momentarily, for Shmoo. But again, for them, hey, all you need, it is the similar situation. All you need is one more. Meanwhile, your opposition, they do need 2, but they have most certainly woken up. They have most certainly been not just escorted out of the bed, shoved out of the bed. They got their coffee. They splashed the cold water on their face, and fine touch, fine redirect by Diaz. The 0-second goal, ultimately SOS for that 4-goal lead. It was absolutely critical, because out here able to get 3 in a row despite taking the L. Great work out there by Shmoo, but SOS winning the day here.
What a crazy turnaround, right? It is still 2 games potentially left on our hands, and SOS is trying to prove that they absolutely deserve it. They want that full series. They want it to go to the distance, and I hope they give it to us right now. They remained scoreless up until game 4, and now in games 4 and 5, they have flipped the script slowly into their favor. Can SOS continue to do it? That's the question I have for you, Mr. Monkey Shines.
Just saving things up, but I will say, hey, if Plexi's going to play like that, 6 shots, 3 goals, I know you think 50%, what in the heck is that? Again, peppering the net of the opposition. Yeah, if you are able to provide them that level of stress, it's what we saw Shmoo able to do so effectively earlier in this series, for crying out loud. So huge credit to SOS for be able to entirely reset. But I think if you are Shmoo, it's bringing the aggression that we saw previously, bringing the speed, and Diaz not going to be able to get that past Plexi. Plexi absolutely popping off here in the interim.
I want it to continue to happen, right? I want to continue to see this SOS roster and what I know they're entirely capable of. This is what I expect more from them, to be able to kind of retake that control of pace. Drewy will collect this from the side. One touch, nudge it towards the goal. Hesse has to send this one away. It's only as far as Plexi. Plexi may get another one here, but it's denied. Really well right there by Shmoo as they try to get the ball out of their half for at least a bit. They were able to escape the final third, whether it be momentary or not. They're still fighting for their lives, and they're doing well to keep it away. That's a good bump. No follow through from Plexi. Leaves Drewy in the back to try to play their self pass out of the corner, but of course Shmoo is going to be able to see that one early on. Finally, they break away past the mid, but it's only for a short matter of time for them to just slowly catch their breath.
We're seeing shades of game number 1 here as well. We saw goose eggs on the board for so long, and then able to again assert themselves was Shmoo, able to grab, of course, that game number 1 open net, and Aris gonna make a statement here in the early going, about a minute and a half in. Shmoo out on top by 1, and indeed the demo memos best out. French ink and the brand office supplies need to go. How good must that feel if you are Shmoo?
I am. That's got to feel good, like you said. End of day, that goal right there has to be everything you've been trying to work for through the past game. Even though it is just a 1-goal lead here in game number 6, it is going to be just something that you're going to have to hold on to tighter than you've ever held on to something in your life. You know what I mean? Like you never want to let it go, and it's going to be tough considering your opponent in SOS is able to rack up the points the same way they did in that game 5. We have a Rule 1 on our hands. Eris and Life have been, or is it Drewy? Excuse me, it's Drewy. Drewy has been taken completely out, so now it's up to the age-old duo of Life and Plexi to try to put one in here.
Yeah, you have a combination older than peanut butter and jelly, and if you put any duo out there to possibly get on the board, it would be these two. And as if on cue, Life and Plexi taking advantage of a synergy that, quite frankly, you can only have with your bestest of friends, going back quite possibly 2, and even before birth, if that was even somehow conceivable. 1-1 right now, just north of halftime. Both these teams slugging away.
It's to my surprise, right, that that duo linked up at that perfect time to get a goal. It's gonna be so important that they don't give up a goal here, and I was trying to say that was gonna be the call I made. I'm so glad I didn't curse it at least.
Well, I mean, your point is very valid. It was so crucial that they don't do it. Just unfortunately, Eris was absolutely vibing and said, you know what, I'm kind of done here. I'm kind of done with this. But this was the energy that we saw from Shmoo in the early going that was able to get us saying, wait a minute, a sweep now, huh? What, when, where, why, which? But I felt it went away for a bit on their back heels, on roller skates, dare I say. But we talked about what SOS was able to do as far as splashing water on their face. I do believe this is a return to form by the Shmoo team that we saw take on YSJ, that we saw in games 1 through, I mean, let's be fair here, 1 through 3.9999 ad infinitum. But honestly, Plexi may very well be able to tie it up on the cusp of the hat trick, and who dimes him up? It is, again, a duo more iconic than Batman and Robin, the superpowers combined. Wonder Twins activate. It is Life and Plexi bringing us in.
I think that's the big step up we're going to need to see, is those two kind of get back into the form that they know they're used to. And I 100% have full faith in the boys to do so. Like we've said, they've been playing forever. Hesse and Eris, I think, need to just get back to the way they did this past series with facilitating Diaz, and let Diaz kind of let loose a little bit. We haven't seen Diaz go crazy since the beginning of the series. The back half of the series, I feel like Diaz has been just a little bit quiet. What's your opinion on that?
I think so. I mean, we have seen him a little bit, but we've talked about Hesse and Diaz. I mean, Diaz leading the charge, but I do love that Eris being able to go out there. We talked about a bit in the early going, but yes, silence early on, or silence ever since, I beg pardon, I should say. But yeah, I'd like to see him get involved a little bit more. We already have a bit, but I think when you get Eris out there, able to show that they are indeed a threat, that does open things up for the two individuals we've been talking about a great deal in Hesse and Diaz, but Drewy grabbing the lead right on back. 56 seconds, of course, more than enough time. And honestly, Tack, I mean, we talk about the mentality and how things go here, even going to a potential game number 7, if we go there, what that must do to the mental of Shmoo, saying, well, not only did we give up a potential sweep, now we're on the cusp of getting reverse swept. And if they go down to the lowers, I mean, that's just got to be jarring, because not only do you blow that situation, it was right there for you, but now you got to slog through that gauntlet.
It's not too much of a gauntlet. They get the favorable matchup of they're the team to beat to go to Grands. So luckily for them, they don't really have to do too much down there, but oh, there's the tying goal. Defense has been completely disrupted on the side of SOS. Now leads us into a possible another OT scenario. 28 seconds. We saw the last time we had OT, there was even less time on the clock than what we have available to us now. So one of these teams has the ability to break the stalemate. I just don't know which one it's going to be.
It's true. I mean, I think, though, you do look to Diaz, obviously the individual that knotted this one up for Shmoo, and the aforementioned Indeed able to get the touch, going to be challenged by Plexi. Indeed, Plexi pops this one back down. 65 in tank. However, Eris sends this one along over to Life, looking for the shot on, but you got Diaz, bicycle save, Now we have zeros on the clock. That one sent back down off Drewy. Now it's going to continue on off the wall. Sent back down to Life as he pops this one away. Life heading on back. Plexi is there as well. Up and over Plexi. Life able to stall. FTC folks for the content. We've already seen one OT dub for SOS. Can they get another?
I 100% believe they could, and that we might look at game 7. I do want to let you know right now we have our team waiting in the wings in lower finals. It is none other than Progression.
Ooh, okay. I'm here for it. I know SOS here for advancing. Again, a reverse sweep, absolutely huge for them, but vice versa. I don't know how decimating it might be for the mental, but I'm curious to see if that would be the case for either of these teams. Whoever heads down there, it's still one more series that they would far prefer not to have anything to do with. But right now, in a one-shot, one-goal scenario, who are you looking at for both of these teams?
I'm definitely looking at Life and Plexi to pull together. They've been doing so well enough to kind of push themselves forward through this series. Drewy, I think I'm relying more on them for that defensive, the kind of awareness at the back line. If I'm looking at Shmoo, who am I thinking is gonna win the series for you? Well, I don't think I gotta say the name out loud. You and I are both thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's fair. And we had a little chitter-chatter about it earlier on, saying, is this really the NA version we were talking about? Or I don't know. But Plexi back down to Life. Not going to be able to get the shot on. Is Hesse now looking to advance? Challenged by Drewy back there. Kick up now. As again, SOS looking to return fire already with one overtime dub.
Oh, that's awkward. Oh, that's awkward.
Down, and Eris indeed says, you've been talking about us, you've been talking about Diaz. Put a little bit of respect on my name, why don't ya? In overtime, not able to get another. We're SOS and avoiding the reverse sweep, and at the end of the day, Tack, a win over this SOS team. Huge dub, advancing on over into the grand finals. Fought hard, though they did. SOS sinks back down. They got a fight on their hands if they want to get to the grands.
I will say that I don't know how much of a fight it really is, respect to Progression. If we take a look at the bracket, SOS and Progression have already played, and it was a very clean sweep on the side of SOS. So,
sure, but do you think they can take anything away from what we just saw?
Yes, I do. I do think that Progression has been waiting, and they can look and go, maybe this is something we're going to be able to exploit moving into the bracket. But we got to give a shout out. I mean, that Shmoo sitting in grands right now, they have the game advantage moving into their possibly new opponent, familiar opponent that comes up from lowers. I'm not sure, but I do know one thing, that we're going to get this next thing set up, guys. So if you are curious about Bow Valley College and the Business Management Esports program, there's going to be a link that's going to drop every 20 minutes. Be sure you click it, check it out, read up on it, because our beautiful sponsors over at Bow Valley also paired up with Lotus 8 Esports and brought this beautiful tournament to you guys. Do not go anywhere, because we're going to take a break for just a brief moment to get these guys in here. We'll be right back.
The first thing you see in the space here are our driving simulators. The driving simulators were custom made by Trax VR. Trax VR is a local company here in Calgary. The big statement here is our 5v5 stage. There's 3 different viewing solutions that we have set up. We have the direct view LED television system made by LG. On the floor, we have 20 gaming units. The gaming units are set up so that they're magnetically paired together, and they can be repositioned. They can be taken out if we have a live audience that's viewing. The very back of the space is built with console stations. These console stations have Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation. The first thing you see when you walk in is our TriCaster system. This is where the director would stand. They would select the input. They would push it through for a live broadcast. This is our varsity gaming space. It's always in a lot of use right now. It's great to see lots of people in here. We have our acoustic padding on the walls, double pane glass. It's set up to emulate the 5v5 stage. So we have 5 on this side, 5 on that side. And then the 11th station is actually for our coach. All the information can be streamed onto our large 65-inch screen TV there, and that enables us to review plays and sort of analyze the players.
The EVM program at Bow Valley College is a 2-year business diploma. You do 14 of your standard business administration courses in things like accounting, financial management, and HR. What kids get really excited about, of course, is our esports courses. Over the course of the program, students will learn about the basics of the esports industry, how esports have grown across the globe. They'll get some hands-on experience running broadcasts for esports matches and events, and they'll even have the opportunity to run their own events with an industry partner as well in their final semester.
Got wandering eyes that I seem to follow. Can only stay still for some time. I've never aligned with the city's pulse, so that makes it easier to leave behind. I just wanna get to know by the lights in Tokyo. Somehow hear it whispering that could be the one you're missing. I just wanna get to know by the lights in Tokyo. Somehow hear it whispering I could be the one you're missing.
Welcome on back for this $250 Bow Valley College Lotus 8 Esports 3v3 tourney. We drop on down to the lowers momentarily. So SOS finds themselves in the situation looking to battle on back for a possible rematch against the tremendous trio of Shmoo. Will they be able to do it? We saw a sweep, you said previously. What are you expecting in this one, Tak?
Same thing, man. I hate to break it to them, but I think that if anything is indicative of what we saw previously, this is going to be a tough opponent to go up against. So SOS just almost within distance with Shmoo. They are looking to get right back and get back in this series. We have game 1 on our hands, Mr. Monkey Shines, to decide who we're going to send to the grand finals.
And I think ultimately, if you are this trio of Plexi, Life, and Drewy, hey, you've already been here. You've already gotten the sweep. You should feel confident into this one because you know what you're capable of, and quite frankly, you know what they probably aren't, to be fair. But again, I will go back to what they might have seen from the tremendous trio that did actually get the dub over them, avoiding the reverse sweep. And I'm curious to see if they can implement something. But to be fair, I think there is a talent. There is an energy all their own in favor of Shmoo.
I do think there is an energy over there, but right now we got to focus on the energy on our hands, and that's the Life Plexi energy, the ones that we expect to really kind of get this series revved and going. And Shmoo, well, no, it's not Shmoo. This is SOS. I'm silly. I don't know why I said Shmoo. Shmoo's on our minds because they're the winners. SOS is trying to really look at this and go, okay, do we want to be down here? No, we don't. So let's get our get back. Let's get all the way back up there. Let's handle some business. We beat them once. Let's beat them again.
And by the way, folks, this one a best of 5 waiting in the grand finals is Shmoo with the game advantage as well. And of course, able to get on the board first is SOS. Looking to get another one is Drewy, and indeed will do just that. Shades of the sweep you were talking about a little bit earlier on, and indeed looking a little bit outclassed, at least in the moment, is their opposition.
Just a tad. I do think that a big thing that we're looking at here is progression. They've had it once before. They're going to have to do it one more time. I do think they have it in them. They did beat YSG, or YSJ, excuse me. I don't know why I keep saying G. I want to say G. I don't know why. It's Jonas. But they handled YSJ, and that was a team that looked pretty good against Shmoo. So hopefully we get to see a little bit of action produced on their side by progression. They put some good shots up so far, but none that I think have really threatened that defense yet until, oh my, Mad Mark almost made me eat my words.
Indeed, 2-0 in favor of SOS. Still plenty of time, of course, for this crew to bring things even out here of progression. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a challenge. It is definitely going to be a chore. And again, it is a best of 5. You do not find yourself in a situation like Shmoo did there momentarily ago, where you've got plenty of time to work with. It is a far shorter opportunity. And to be fair, I have no doubt that SOS is very happy about that, and they are looking to take advantage, as they have.
They absolutely are. And again, you're looking at what's happening on our hands. It's very quick. We're very quick to assume that progression might not be able to really stand up to the test. Plexi, if you receive this and put a shot on, oh, I was going to say that was a beautiful full field clear right there, almost sent down to the receiving member, but they weren't able to link up on that play. Muff now almost a chance to test the net, but unfortunately aren't able to do well enough. Progression, though, you can tell once they break out of their half, they look a little bit better. When they're on offense, they just need to really put it together in that final third of the blue.
They do, but when we talk about body language, car language, whatever you want to call it, there definitely is not to say an extra pep in the step. I think there's now a chip on the shoulder of SOS, and that in and of itself, a dangerous prospect, is now drip rushing over. Once the 100 stick gets popped out of the way, and indeed it's some of the aggression that we saw from Shmoo. Of course, we did see it from SOS as well, but it is what got Shmoo to the grand finals, got them that game advantage. And right now, I think toying around a little bit is SOS. And to be fair here as well, you want to get out of the lowers when you have this level of control. You can afford to play a little bit of keep away.
Yeah, a little bit. No, that's exactly what you should just continue to play. Just keep the ball away from your opponent. There's no reason to even give them an opportunity. Don't just shut them down. You want to just, if you got to park the bus, park the freaking bus. You're up 2-0. These guys are struggling to put it together on offense. And if you're at any high level, you can definitely see that. You can see how discombobulated they are on their approaches. So park the bus, play the defense. Drip gonna put one up there. Japinho. Oh my! If Plexi would have sat there, he still would have got the block. If he would have just sat there, he literally still would have got the freaking save.
My goodness, that one not going to be able to find at the back of the net, fine carry out across. And the challenge here as well, my friend, is when you have a team, when you are playing a team that you are trying your absolute best to find success against, and they are able to just play keep away. They are able to just say, come and get it, come and get it, come and get it, and you cannot. That an absolutely maddening, infuriating moment. Is right now 2-0 ahead is SOS, and trying to make this happen is progression. They have had those opportunities, but they have gone by the wayside. And Plexi just kind of standing back, admiring the work. Says, "All of Bob Ross, let me." It's not a happy little accent or anything. It's entirely technical, entire the way I drew it up. Says, "I dare you to make that save." And alas, it was not to be had. 3-0 in favor of SOS. Well in control. This is game number 1.
I just like the Bob Ross mention there. Plexi looked at that and he said, "You see that goal there? Don't tell anybody about that. That's our little goal."
Thank you.
Game 1. You're welcome. Game 1 over to SOS, and again, you gotta pat these guys on the back for their ability to play it out the way they did. Progression with a astounding 9 shots. They had more shots on net than SOS did. It's the quality that we're looking for from the side of progression. The quality of shots have got to get better on their side. That is the only way they're going to hold a candle to this SOS team.
Indeed, and great work out there by Plexi here yet again on the cusp of both the hat trick and the savior as well. Another individual out there for SOS on the cusp of a savior as well. They just look so comfortable out there. We're seeing why they got the sweep earlier on. They were able to establish themselves in the early going just like they were there in game number 1. And you go out there and you have fun. And again, it is a best of 5. You're not down here for as long as you were against Shmoo previously. And of course, the redemption arc, it is definitely on the table. However, Progression has a great deal to say about it. Let's see if they can start chittering and chattering and maybe score a goal here in game number 2.
That's what we're hoping to see. You don't want to be shut out 2 games in a row, because then it'll start to kind of look like games 2 and 3 of that previous series for SOS against Shmoo. You don't want to see that happen. That couldn't be anything more than demoralizing.
As now, that Mark looking to advance right behind. Drip and drip! Some crossbar down action. Popping this one up and over. And hey, nothing wrong with sitting on top, release hover up and over your opposition. Fine pop. And a little bit of a glomp, I do believe, is a clay and a half, providing the first goal of the series for Progression. And that in and of itself got to feel good.
Do you think that with the Progression side, I mean, obviously Trapinho, wonderful shot there, wonderful play for the team. The score drought ends, but do you think that getting overly excited might be cause for a downfall? Maybe Mad Mark. Oh, never mind. Let's go ahead and pop off for that one. Nice little cheeky double right above the goal, right on your head, Life. I'm sorry it happened, but that's 2 to Progression.
I think you talk about excitement, getting excited, and ain't nothing wrong with that, but overexcitement, I don't think you can be anything but excited about that. And then some. We reversed the offensive output of the entirety of our game number 1, just over a minute in, and Progression. You think this is going to be easy? You think that we are going to let you go face the individuals that put you down here in the first place just cuz? No, that is not how this works. We have a redemption arc. We are looking for the revenge, and I am fully appreciating the way that they have come out with a vengeance, a lot like we saw Shmoo earlier on.
I gotta ask too, what's with the big swing here? Like, what's with the just massive momentum shift of everything that's gone on? Do you think that just between the games, something was said on the Progression side and it just woke them up and lit a fire underneath them? Or do you think SOS got comfortable?
I think it might be a little bit of both, because I think when you see, again, when you see your opponent taking their time, feeling comfortable, playing a little bit of keep away, it is a slap in the face. It is a dismissal of you being out there saying, we will do whatever we want and ain't nothing you can do about it. And if you are Progression, you have the ability, you have the capability to say, well, actually, and now not going to be able to find the back of the net on that one. Can you imagine if Progression, after what we just saw in game number 1, after the sweep they had previously, if they are able to get a dub here in the lowers, again, a trip to meet Shmoo in the grand finals with their game advantage on the line. All the credit in the world to Progression right now.
Do you think that, like you said, there's a little bit of both going on, and we have to give the flowers and the roses over to Progression. They have played this game insanely well. I would like to see them continue to play with this fervor, to continue to play with just this pure offensive ability they've been able to put on SOS. It makes it feel so much more like there's a real series on our hands, compared to what we have kind of been witnessing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can see this team is willing to go the mile. You know what I mean? Like, they're going the pure distance against SOS because they want that get back. They want that chance at 200. They don't want to give it up here.
Absolutely not. Marvelous save and savior there by Plexi. And I will say as well, when you're in a situation like this where, hey, you got swept in the early going, and that's rough. And very understandably so, by the way, you look at it and say, you know what? They did it before. Why can they not do it again? They got here for a reason. They learned their lesson, and they have denied any offense right now from the opposition.
It is I love it. This is the conversation that we get to see kind of had. Obviously, we know comms are going on between both these teams, and Life tries to get that double there to get SOS started. Unfortunately, wasn't able to. But the conversation between the teams on the pitch, the way the game goes back and forth, you just get to see really how everything shifts and just the attitudes and who looks defeated, who looks fired up, who looks ready to continue to go. And that's what I love that I've seen out of Progression. They took game one right on the chin and said, we don't fall down that easy.
Absolutely not. And you got to wonder as well, if they are able to take this one, if Progression is able to take our game number 2 in this best of 5, at what point does what point did frustration set in? What point does that doubt set in? And you say, my goodness, here we are again, that pitch, not gonna find the back of the net. Is Rip able to grab the save now, looking to secure the dub, gets the best 1-2, gets deleted by Life, but ultimately 10 seconds left to go in this one. And Mark carries this one out across off the nose, courtesy of Plexi here as well. And indeed, they will be taking game number 2, so denied and able to get the dub in game 1 2-0, and now Progression lets them know how it feels. This becomes a best of 3.
And in this situation, I again, fortune would favor the side of SOS. I can't stop to say it. Results would tell you that SOS does get that opportunity to have fortune shine on them. You know what I mean? Results, again, we have to take it into account. But what's happening on the pitch, that's what's the most important thing. You showed up the first time, SOS. You have to show up again. You cannot let Progression run all over you. But they took one game. You going to let them take another?
Yeah. We'll see. We shall see. And to be fair, in this situation, if you're SOS, you will happily take odds if the opposition takes evens. Obviously, you don't want to be down here for the duration, of course. And to be fair as well, regardless of which either of these teams wins, you do have a group up there in Shmoo that kind of just sit around here a little bit. They are not getting this level of competition. So I will say, while you may not want to go the distance, either of these teams, any of these individuals, you do keep warm here in the lowers.
I know. You keep the hands moving, you keep everything, you keep the blood flowing, you stay on top of your game. But also, I mean, free play does work really well. Yeah, so maybe Shmoo is out there hitting the training packs even. Screw free play. Maybe they're out there hitting the training packs, make sure that they are getting everything to go. Maybe they might be employing the online free play. Who knows? Maybe they joined a private lobby with mutators and are really just having fun. They are just waiting, lying, the sleeping giant, if you will, up in Grands to see which one of these teams is coming to meet them.
And we have seen a mentality of fun, of enjoyment by Shmoo, and that has afforded them 2 fantastic series dubs here on the evening. And of course, we will see them one more time as well. But Life trying to carry that, instead denied. Drewy getting the deletion there as well, and clashing. Heavy hitters right now are SOS one more time. And again, I feel it is that level of aggression that we have seen several teams, especially Shmoo, over the course of the evening. That is going to be mandatory for them. Drewy, that one not going to find the back of the net, instead sent away off the pitch save by Drip. That Mark, that one along. Life, however, able to get the touch. Plexi not able to send it in the back of the net. And this is something that we have seen, or that we did see from Shmoo, that, hey, you are able to keep zeros on the scoreboard. Almost not a case there, as looking to SS, they maybe get on the board, but you were able to keep them scoreless. And ultimately, that is something, as Life, that is something that we will not see very much longer. 1-0 in favor of SOS.
I was like, you're setting it all up.
I'm waiting. So let's make this happen. Why the heck not?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're drumming it up. I'm waiting to see the script be painted out before my eyes in 4K. And then, that happened.
It'd be like that sometimes. If nothing else, these people might be saying, what is this? What is this? We're talking about the magnificent pot we have here at the end of the rainbow provided by Bow Valley College. Are you sure they maybe sneak some in the back there for these caster curses? What even is this?
You know what? At this point, we're getting like a couple extra schmeckles for the caster curses. We're getting a couple extra things for heckling production for most of this, because that's definitely what we've been doing. Poor poor Nick in the back line is definitely getting a lot of the flack here for us, and he's our meat shield. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the GOAT taking all the hits for everybody. So I mean, he gets a bonus too. You know what I'm saying? If we're handing anything out, it should be blessings. But right now, oh, Plexi, I thought we were about to get blessed up with a sick goal. I can't lie to you. I thought that was going to lead into one of the best goals ever. Unfortunately, it got saved away, and now I'm sad.
Give it time. The evening is still young. As Plexi pops this one away, however, going to be sent back. Kick up now by Life and SOS. They just want to get out of here. They want to be done. However, they got to get the dub. An absolutely gorgeous save and savior by Trip. Still leading 1-0 is SOS. And the way this has gone, folks, if you're just getting in here, it was 2-0. It was 2-0. Both of these teams able to grab that. Might we see it here yet again? We are halfway to that point. However, progression, again, goal by goal, bit by bit. They're able to get the score here. I mean, I still feel it is anybody's series time.
This game is not indicative of who has momentum, in my opinion. Yes, one goal is to the side of SOS. Obviously, I can tell that. Obviously, SOS is in the lead. But we're watching the pitch and the way it plays out right now. You can't tell me who's holding on to the momentum in this series. You can't tell me who's actually got the leg up. Both these teams vying for that possession. They're looking for that opportunity. They're hunting for the holes they can poke in each other's defenses. It is continuously that battle, and we're trying to see whose armor is the weakest.
Indeed, we are a minute remaining in this one, still 1-0 in favor of SOS. That one popped away. Plexi, however, going to slow things down on the backboard, carry out across. Life there as well. Admark not going to be able to do much with it. Instead, that one crossbar out, and Life 5 shots, 2 goals. Tack, I was told a while back that if you want to get good at Rocket League, if you want to be better, if you want to improve, you simply can't have a life. SOS would disagree. Has Life coming to life here when it matters most in a pivotal game number 3 in this best of 5 on the cusp of a hat trick.
It is just absolutely insane right now. It is wonderful to see a team step up when they 100% need to. Obviously, SOS in that moment gets the second goal. Now, I can for sure say they hold a little bit of the momentum, but it doesn't matter because with 28 seconds on the clock, Mad Mark is going to put one through for progression to make sure this series keeps going.
Able to rend the deficit in twain in 28 seconds. Of course, if you are able to get position off the kickoff as well, plenty of time. We got to find a way to deny SOS from moving down your end of the pitch, and Life indeed eyeballing that hat trick, but off the dome there is now Drewy. That one gets away, but Plexi lying in wait, soft touch. We're going to just set that back down to Terra Firma. Again, if you are SOS, just drawing things out here, bleeding clock, the way you want to go through Life. Mad Mark not going to be able to get it past Life. Collision, meeting of the minds between two members of Progression. Crossbar back, Plexi not going to make it happen. Drip trying to carry out across, and my goodness, tag that collision that we saw from Progression. So unfortunate, and may very well have cost them this game number 3. It is match point in favor of SOS. So I got to ask you, in game number 4, is Progression fully behind the 8 ball here, or do they have as much opportunity as their opposition?
I still think they have an opportunity. That game, it swung slightly over in SOS's favor. I don't think they fully have it right now. I still think they got a little bit to prove. Maybe they were just goofing. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just take it for what it is. Maybe SOS just kind of playing around, playing with their food like sometimes sharks do. But I do think that if they continue to play that lax, that Progression will sneak up on them and we will see a game 5.
Yeah, you cannot afford your opponent. I don't care how you look at them. You cannot give them less than your absolute respect, because that is what will come up and bite you, especially at this point in these tournaments. They're here for a reason. They got here for a reason. Even if you swept them, they were able to battle on back, and Progression has shown themselves more than capable to be able to get these dubs across, with the opposition that, again, dismissed them early on, as they're saying out there in the lobby, we got this, you have time. Well, right now, 5 minutes of regulation standing between SOS and a return date with Shmoo. The redemption arc, it is there on the table. Will they be able to face? We will find out here shortly.
when the quick chats come out, that's when you know teams are having fun. That's all I gotta say. When you start to see all the quick chats, it's just either someone has felt a type of way about it or something else. But I think that what we are seeing is a beautiful display of sportsmanship, in my opinion. I do think that these guys are having a lot of fun, and with it being such a close series, obviously they both want to win. They both have that chance at 200, but let's let the players tell the story for us as we just kind of narrate it.
They are the ones, after all, that paint the picture. We just got to step back and appreciate the artwork. And fantastic save there is now trying to follow up here. Is moved, but Life carry out across that one, sent back down to Drewy. Plexi opts to hang off here a little bit and maybe reset. However, set that 50 out across. Life pops that one back. 77 intake, carry out across. You got Madmark and Drip both colliding there. Something that we've seen from Progression a couple times. The noses have come head to head, and Madmark, that shot is gonna be on. Just about $130 into this one. Progression not going away by any stretch of the imagination. Trying to rush back, but it was a skid between Life and Drewy. Plexi not able to do much with it as well. Great quick strike.
It is just, again, Progression, you give them a moment, you give them an inch, they will take a mile. They will turn any opportunity they get into gold. Call it the Midas touch, if you will. But right now, they have to continue to hold on to the lead. They almost force an own goal there. Plexi gets out of the way just in time. Drewy now to extend this to the mid. Plexi trying to follow the play through. Madmark off the corner. Drewy pass down. Life to sneak one through, but guess who's there? Trapinho is able to save that one away.
Again, do want to take an opportunity to thank the fine folks at Bow Valley College and Lotus 8 for providing us the opportunity for this fantastic $250 tournament. Winner, of course, overall grabbing $200 Canadian. The second place team grabbing 50 Canadian. But my goodness, it has been a tremendous evening of Rocket League action that we have seen, and we are not done. And Live going to be able to bring us even here. 244. It is TAC, a slugfest between these two teams.
It's a shootout. Would you expect anything less in this moment? Please tell me.
I would not.
Of course not. Of course you would. This is exactly what we want. This is what you want to see. You want to be able to have these teams duke it out officially. I mean, what was that movie with Hugh Jackman? Was it where he had the robot fighter, the robot boxer steal something? You know what I'm talking about?
No idea. I do not, but I'm it's something that I have to look up, because clearly you say a steel robot fighter. Right now, these folks out there with nerves of steel. Looking for the shot on it. It will be on by Plexi. Dime up by Drewy, and back and forth this one does go. But I will say, Tech, I mean, credit to both of these squads. They are not out of it. You don't feel they're out of it. You don't think they're out of it. That one is being outclassed. We might have looked in game number one and think, it's going to be quick. We're going to be seeing that grand final before we know it, but Progression has denied anybody that thought.
Do you think that we will see an OT here in this series? Do you have faith that Progression can push us to the second goal?
Buddy, I don't show up to any event expecting anything less than the most content possible. I don't expect anything less to go to bed as late as possible. This is just what I do, and I know that you are about that life as well. I think the fine folks out there are also owed that OT content. We've already had some fantastic overtime stanzas. Why not one more? And all that is standing between us and that right now is another score by Progression, which we know that they are capable of, and then of course about $130 of time here in regulation. Madmark sends this one away out of her life, gets the touch. That one carried out across as well, yeeted into the wild blue yonder, courtesy of Madmark is the aforementioned Life. Popped now by Plexi up and over to Life. Plexi, Life, we know how dangerous they are, and they will show you why. We have said it time and time again. The dynamic duo, one more time, from out, up, and over to the side, back to center, and nothing Madmark can do about that one. Absolutely delicious, so good it has to be fattening.
It is crazy to see, man. Like, I'm so happy right now that we are getting this just a wonderful game 4 on our hands. Like, this is this is kind of what I expect. They expect their back to be against the wall. Progression now they have to score. They don't have an opportunity to wait. They need to truly get in here and completely own the offense, and they aren't able to do so just yet. Muff trying to kick it up in the middle. Oh, what? Okay. Wait, okay. From the ceiling? An awkward touch from the ceiling? Look at Muff, the challenge. There, enough boost to get all the way down, and that saved jump to put enough juice behind that ball. We've got a 1-goal game on our hands.
Buddy, St. Patty's Day was not that long ago, and I know there's individuals that walked out the door with no green on that did not have pitches with that severity. 3-2 in favor still of SOS. Looking for the shot on his moving. Gotta get it. You know what? You want an OT? Right now we're talking about 35 seconds of regulation standing between us and just that, and a marvelous attempt to set up there, and unfortunately Light just not able to send it away. Fine effort, however, by Drip, and ultimately, we are tied up at 3, of course, progression. They ain't about that OT light by any stretch of the imagination. What a finish! And just like that, Kevin, if you got him, it is the hat trick and progression. Woo! Off the kick as well. Life and Flexi, a little bit of miscommunication there, I do believe. It's really comes skidding off the dome there as well. 4-3.
What in the world is happening, Monkey Shines?
This is Rocket League.
I wanted parody. That's all I wanted. I didn't want the whole script to be rewritten. Don't tell me. I was about to say, is Muff gonna get a fourth? Drip to challenge the offense here in the corner. That is just a goal. That's actually just a goal. The whole, you know what? If I had a script, I'd throw it out right now. I don't know what's going on.
Like I said, buddy, I don't show up for anything best than the best. And of course, you know, Bow Valley College and Lotus 8, they are here to provide you the best, not only as organizations, but also when it comes to a diploma. 5-3 in favor of progression. Kicked up now by Life, and again, with the amount of time we have left, I don't know that we are going to see the comeback here by SOS, but you know what? Come down to this part, right? They slugged through, did progression. We saw a sweep. How about we go to a game number 5, and you know what? I got to manifest this stuff. You ask about an OT, we might as well have it where it matters the most. It is game 5, ladies and gentlemen. It's officially a best of 1.
It's golden goal opportunity right here, my friend. We're staring at it. Like they said in the chat, they've said it plenty of times. The quick chat, they've dropped it. One more game. That is all they want. They want one more. Nick, no. You are not allowed to get involved in the one more game. Stop that right now.
They're lucky we switched over to the next game, because I was typing in there, but they said, "No, Monkey Shines, we ain't like, we know how you feel. You've already said it verbally. You don't get to type that out there as well." But here we are in his Champions Field. It is game 5. We're into this one, advancing on to take on Shmoo with that game advantage. So I know they have to be watching this one as well, saying, what can we take away from this? And if nothing else, get a fantastic series, a fantastic game. This is what I think each and every one of us has deserved. And oh my goodness, we lost Drewy. We got to get everybody back in there. And unfortunately, things are kicking off well before we wanted it to do that. So we got to have a little bit more tension, a little bit of delay before we get into our game number 5. So I got to ask you, Tech, based on what you have seen in this series, who are you liking and why are you liking them?
I mean, right now, Muff has flipped the series on its head. So we're just going to call it what it is. This has been an absolute turnaround into everything that I did not think was going to happen. If I'm being totally honest, I thought SOS was going to run through this series. I even said it live. You know what I mean? We said it live right at the top of the series that I thought SOS was going to make quick work of progression. I have eaten my words fully.
And to be fair, I mean, you know, you look at paper and everything like that. I totally understand where you came from as well. You know, I just try to put that out there, saying, it's going to be a slugfest, and here we are. And I'm, you know, it's nice to be right every once in a while. Like I'm due eventually, you know, one time out of 100. I fully recognize that. But this one, I don't think it comes down to anything but zeros. I don't think we're done until we're done. If SOS is able to jump out here and establish something very, very fast, that's one thing. But I don't know we get that. I think we are staring at an overtime. Do we get there? That I do not know. But what I can tell you is it has everything that would go into that game 5 overtime mentality. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there was a moment there in game 4 where I said, okay, this is it. We're gonna walk away and we go on to the grand finals, and it will be absolutely fantastic. However, the question is, who is gonna be there now? Is it gonna be SOS? Is it gonna be progression? I do not know how to call this one, friend.
No, I think all bets and all ideas of what was going to happen here has been completely thrown off the table. I have no idea who wins this series. I do know that Shmoo is now probably feeling like they're getting iced as the series has gone on way too long. But that doesn't matter. The more Rocket League, the better. You know how it goes for the both of us. We enjoy all of the content. FTC, as if you will, for the content here at the Lotus 8 stream. And again, I'm just gonna, if I'm gonna turn into a Bow Valley College shill, then I absolutely will. Because big shout out to those guys. You know what we should do while we're here? We should just go ahead and check out the videos one more time, you guys. Like we've been saying this entire time, if you are interested in any way possible in the business management program, you click that link, check it out, and also please tap in to Bow Valley College in general. They are sponsoring this tournament. I have no idea.
The first thing you see in the space here are our driving simulators. The driving simulators were custom made by Trax VR. Trax VR is a local company here in Calgary. The big statement here is our 5v5 stage. There's 3 different viewing solutions that we have set up. We have the direct view LED television system made by LG. On the floor, we have 20 gaming units. The gaming units are set up so that they're magnetically paired together, and they can be repositioned. They can be taken out if we have a live audience that's viewing. The very back of the space is built with console stations. These console stations have Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation. The first thing you see when you walk in is our TriCaster system. This is where the director would stand. They would select the input. They would push it through for a live broadcast. This is our varsity gaming space. It's always in a lot of use right now. It's great to see lots of people in here. We have our acoustic padding on the walls, double pane glass. It's set up to emulate the 5v5 stage. So we have 5 on this side, 5 on that side. And then the 11th station is actually for our coach. All the information can be streamed onto our large 65-inch screen TV there. And that enables us to review plays and sort of analyze the players.
The EVM program at Bow Valley College is a 2-year business diploma. You do 14 of your standard business administration courses in things like accounting, financial management, and HR. What kids get really excited about, of course, is our esports courses. Over the course of the program, students will learn about the basics of the esports industry, how esports have grown across the globe. They'll get some hands-on experience running broadcasts for esports matches and events, and they'll even have the opportunity to run their own events with an industry partner as well in their final semester.
Got wandering eyes that I seem to follow. Can only stay still for some time. I've never aligned
Welcome on back, folks. It is the $250 Bow Valley College Lotus 8 Esports 3v3 tourney. We are down here in the lowers, but no losers by any stretch of the imagination. It is game number 5. It is Champions Field. It is SOS. It is progression. Let me ask you, Tech, what's it going to take for the upset here?
You know what? We were having fun before this all started. More quick chats. We need more. Okay, they're doing it. They got it. More quick chats. But the team with the most quick chats, I don't know. I feel like they swing the weight, the scale on their side. We've got game 5. Hopefully, we maybe see an OT. I don't know. I don't really know what's going to happen here, but I'm excited nonetheless.
Well, again, I'm going to manifest this stuff. We need it. We deserve it. It's always the case. We're out here on Champions Field. We always deserve, I would say. It's been a tremendous series. It's been a tremendous evening. Fine folks out there. Bow Valley College has afforded us a great pot out there. $250, of course, 200 Canadian to the winner. 50 for second place. Is Drewy going to send that one away? We are about 30 seconds in to this one. And also, you got to wonder, how is that delay going to play into this?
I think, obviously, someone's getting iced here. Not entirely sure who it's going to be. But I would like to think that probably SOS is feeling it the most, seeing as Drewy is the one who dropped out of here. Plexi, chance to the goal, looking for that double. Oh, never mind. It's just off the post. Light could not clean it up. What a save by progression.
Yeah, not only is saved by progression, a little bit of love from the lip of the goal there as well. But we talk about getting iced. I mean, this one, that talk has layers. Much like onions and ogres, there are layers to that one, because not only do you have Drewy having some struggles out there, but continuing to wait, the lion wait. They're in the grand finals is Shmoo. But hey, and the here and the now, a glomp on life, courtesy of Drewy, and just kind of chilling back there is baying this one away. 1-0 in favor of progression. 3:40 remaining in regulation.
Hey. And again, it was none other than Muffs. Muff is the one that I believe was going to step up and absolutely demolish this. So Muff has been a huge player in this series so far. I'm excited to see what's going on right now. Oh my, what a shot to the back. Muff almost put him in a second. Will not be able to, though. It's going to be up to SOS, trying to get this one off the back line. They're doing so well enough so far, but is it going to be good enough to at least move out of their half? What another shot towards the goal.
So 1-0 in favor of, again, a team that would honestly be the upset. I mean, all respect to them. All respect due to progression. It would be a heck of an upset, however. Drewy, not about that life whatsoever, just south of 3 minutes. Nice response. Oh my goodness. And one other thing that we're seeing here, Tack, we're seeing the demos come out a little bit more. We're seeing the ferocity, we're seeing the bully ball take center stage here as well. And I think at this point that is absolutely mandatory. I don't care what your team name is, I don't care what your roster is. Game 5, when it matters most, to head up to the grand finals, you got to be ferocious and mad. Mark, what a fine touch, what a carry, and off the kickoff, no less, Drewy in a very rough spot. I think just that split second affording Mad Mark the opportunity to grab that lead right on back.
It is, what a freaking double flip reset at the very end. No boost, by the way, right? Let's just call that one out, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was so controlled at the goal line. Life looking for the pass. It's gonna be sent back to Drewy. Drewy got a full field to play with here. Tons of possessions, gonna have to dodge drift. Does so well, couldn't get back to the ground in time for another carry, so it's back to the back they go. SOS probably throwing out the white flag, looking for a little bit of help here in the series, even though they're only down 1 goal.
Now, right now, it isn't exactly surrender just yet, but we are getting there. To be fair, that pinch sent back around to Mad Mark has some absolutely fantastic highlight clips.
Did we lose? I think we lost my partner.
Two members of progression, and we've got packages. We've got a little bit of everything out there as well. 2-1 still in favor of progression. It looks all over the place for.
No. Okay, all right. We're gonna wait till Monkey Shine gets fully back. I did hear him speak just a second ago. We lost my friend just like we lost me. It's all right, guys. In this game, we've got 2-1 right now. The most crucial moment here for SOS. 90 seconds on the clock. Monkey Shines, have you arrived at that beautiful shot saved by Plexi?
I certainly hope so. You know, just chatting around with the voices in my head. I don't know what that was all about. We're getting back here. Says enough of your stammering, my guy. We kind of need to appreciate what's going up there on the pitch. And I don't know who did what. I don't know. Maybe our producer understand. Like, well, we gotta get some professionals out there. We gotta let TAC talk. Enough of this conversation.
I mean, you putting professionals and me in the same sentence. I don't know about that one, Big Dog. I'm just happy to be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that Bow Valley put this on. We're almost at the grand finals in progression, looking to progress their way up to the final boss. What a shot. Muff with the save, easy off the post. Drip to continue. They've got a chance to push down the pitch. Looking out of the corner, maybe a pass. No, it's going to be Drewy there to send it away. Plexi shot down the pitch, and it's going to be just off the side. Hold on, never mind. Plexi said we do not give up. We do not quit. Drewy, finish it off for you.
What a marvelous touch there by Plexi. Drewy coming in like a wrecking ball, a heat-seeking missile even. 2 all 33 seconds. Might we get it? Can we get it? I don't need to say it again and curse this even more. Life carry out across, 30 seconds left to go, and this one going to be challenged by Mad Mark. Drewy carry out across. Maybe looking to dime out Plexi.
Oh, no.
Didn't make no line business.
Oh, no.
Plexi! It was just kind of a chill out in front of the goal, and indeed, I do believe Panic and Skywalker may have come out to say hello. Soft touch. 21 seconds, however. You went off the kick. You might be talking about a tie ball game, and at this point, I'm kind of expecting it, but ultimately that one won by SOS. Life since that one a long pump up now by Mad Mark. Drewy. Back and forth this one goes on their opposition side of the pitch. Flexi, that one not going to be in the back of the net. 10 seconds left to go, under 10 seconds. Deleted was Rev. Life just needs to send this one away. Have it hit terra firma. Drip over to the wall. This one away. Has 93 in tank. Heads up. Has the touch. Flexi will slow it down. Move back there. Instead, Flexi escorts this one along, and it will be the redemption arc on the table. However, TAC, what a banger here in the lowers. We have been absolutely delighted with the gameplay that we have seen here this evening, and we are not done. It is the rematch. It is SOS. It is Shmoo who walks away with the dub.
Hey, like I said, if we go off results, it's gonna be Shmoo. And with the way SOS just played, I am kind of nervous right now. They do have the game advantage. They are quite warm when it comes to playing. Let me rephrase that. When it comes to playing, they have played more games, so they have the game advantage in that aspect. But it is grand final. Shmoo is the undefeated team. They have the game advantage in the series. They will begin this series 1-0. But guys, right now, I got to talk to you about something. Bow Valley College has created a space where students can get a real experience in esports with top-tier PCs, console stations, and a full broadcast setup. The esports arena is built for competition, content, and learning. Let's check it out.
The first thing you see in the space here are our driving simulators. The driving simulators were custom made by Trax VR. Trax VR is a local company here in Calgary. The big statement here is our 5v5 stage. There's 3 different viewing solutions that we have set up. We have the direct view LED television system made by LG. On the floor, we have 20 gaming units. The gaming units are set up so that they're magnetically paired together and they can be repositioned. They can be taken out if we have a live audience that's viewing. The very back of the space is built with console stations. These console stations have Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation. The first thing you see when you walk in is our TriCaster system. This is where the director would stand. They would select the input. They would push it through for a live broadcast. This is our varsity gaming space. It's always in a lot of use right now. It's great to see lots of people in here. We have our acoustic padding on the walls, double pane glass. It's set up to emulate the 5v5 stage. So we have 5 on this side, 5 on that side. And then the 11th station is actually for our coach. All the information can be streamed onto our large 65-inch screen TV there, and that enables us to review plays and sort of analyze the players.
Welcome on back, folks. So we have had a delightful evening, but still we had the appetizer, we had the bread, everything like that. It is time for the main course. We are here. It is Shmoo. It is SOS, a rematch that we saw. And Shmoo has been waiting around for a hot minute. How will this one go? We do not know. But what we do know is that Shmoo has that game advantage. And ultimately, I can see this going either way, Tech, and I can see it going the distance.
It is going to have to be hard fought, though, by SOS. They have a lot on the line right now. Like I said before, that nice, beautiful video about the Bow Valley College Esports Stadium. It's going to be tough. Game advantage down. You have to win 4 straight. And right now, it's only 3 on the side of Shmoo. And Shmoo has been ice cold while you guys have been playing so many games at Plexi and Live Duo, getting a bunch of... My God. Let's watch that one more time.
What a setup. What a follow. What a drop. And Tech, when you bring together the community building strength of Lotus 8 and the real world impact of a Bow Valley College diploma, you don't just get a tournament. You get a platform for greatness. And indeed, greatness is what we have seen from pillar to post in this one. It has been absolutely phenomenal. Not just smoke, not just mirrors. I don't know how anybody could disagree, but being able to kick things off with that goal that way in the early going, so huge for SOS. For Shmoo, it is time for a response.
Yeah, no, the biggest response is going to be, well, I think for me, the biggest response is going to be SOS putting the first game of the actual series here on the board. That's going to be crucial. And that might be a bottom corner shot from Plexi. Bring them up on 2.
So what happens? You get dismissed by this team. You get sent down to lowers. You have an absolutely killer series. You have you've stayed warm. You were out there. You were able to keep the hands going, step up, maybe stretch a little bit. But you were able to battle back. Meanwhile, your opposition just kind of chilling out, maybe quite literally in terms of ice. But to be fair, we have seen Shmoo in situations where we thought, oh my goodness, this might really affect their mental. This might jar them a little bit. And that has not been the case. So regardless of what we see here in games 1 and 2, it's a best of 7. We're going to be here for a hot minute. And to be fair, Shmoo kind of has a, do we want to call this a warm-up game with that game advantage?
I think, yeah, this could be exactly what that is. You know what I mean? It could be a warm-up game for Shmoo at the very bare minimum here. I think they got to get their fingers back in the motion of playing well. Diaz will be able to get back to this in time. Okay, I was about to say I think, but it got pretty close there, pretty narrow at the goal line. Drewy to Plexi. Plexi, no touch. Life got a little too close on that, little anxious, maybe overzealous on the play. Breaking down the mid, Life to take control one more time. Ball's not going to leave the orange half just yet as SOS continues to pressure Shmoo, seeing if they're going to break.
So oh my goodness, we get the feistiness, we get the demos, we get the bumpage, and right now, Shmoo trying to find a way to get on the board, but the same ferocity that they provided first time around, it has been brought back with interest courtesy of SOS. Carry out across by Hassie. It is there until it wasn't, and expending so much boost was SOS to deny Hassie that one up and over. Eris won't be able to do much, but Diaz hanging back with a full tank now. But coming off the wall, Plexi gonna rush up as well. Pops this one up and over to Eris. Eris looking for the shot, has the shot, but it clings sideways. Hassie carries this one up. Plenty of time for Life to send it away as well.
It is just, I'm so confused, right? You got to think Shmoo wasn't doing this beforehand, and now we're seeing them struggle to actually be able to get in there and produce some offense the same they did in that first series they played them. But we're not seeing that same team. Maybe they truly did get ice cold.
I mean, there's certainly, you enjoy, right? You enjoy free play, you enjoy training packs, but that will not replicate actually going out there, actually performing with individuals at your level, especially folks that have played you before earlier in the evening, mind you. You cannot replicate that with what Rocket League has in store, waiting in the wings while you are waiting around. And that ultimately something that may punish Shmoo, at least in the moment. That back over towards Plexi. Is Plexi going to be able to get the save? Pop up now by Diaz, looking to carry out and across, but Drewy is there. And that kick back, not going to happen. Drewy just an absolute defensive stalwart in the moment. And this has to be frustrating for Shmoo, not able to get on the board at all thus far. We'll see if they can do it in regulation.
It is, nope, no, they're not going to be able to. What a save. Wow, I thought it was 3-0 right there. I thought that was going to be pretty much the nail in the coffin, at least of this first game, which is technically game 2. I would have been thoroughly impressed with the way that SOS has been playing. But now Shmoo, a chance to press the offense. Opportunity arising. Life is still very awkward here. Diaz keeping it alive as he looking for one more. Eris is forced to go back, approaching his 2. That double commit from Plexi. And Drury's not going to produce anything well. Can we see something off of this? Diaz, one touch, doesn't have the flip reset. Looked like they got it, but unfortunately weren't able to make it happen. It's going to be still awkward on the defensive line here. SOS looking for something to send away, maybe one before the clock ticks down. Drury, though, that one right there may have been the final chance for at least for them to score. It's going to touch the grass, and looky there, Mr. Monkey shines. It is a shutout for the first game of the series.
It is a shutout for the first game of the series, but, sir, we have seen this film before. We have seen SOS go out there and in game number 1 get a 2-0 dub. And we know how that ended up. Not necessarily just how the series ended up, but how far they had to go, how much they had to fight to get there in the first place. Will we get it again? I don't know. But what I do know is the series has been brought dead even. So if you are Shmoo, not to say it's a throwaway, but it does afford you the opportunity to say, hey, this is what we were seeing that we didn't see last time. This is what we're seeing that we did see last time. What do we need to adjust to in the here and the now? So while a best of 7, it does get cut down to basically a best of 5. Let's see what Shmoo learned.
I do think, I do like the fact that you brought up the throwaway. I think that it's very true. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I accidentally joined the team. I was
going to say, did you want to be part of the goodness as well?
No, I don't want to be part of it. I'm going to get smoked if I join this lobby. I could have sworn I hit spectate. I'm so sorry.
I appreciate the enthusiasm. And honestly, I'm surprised I haven't installed the plugin that just sits me in there. And I know our tremendous producer Nick has access to that as well. Don't ask me why I haven't taken advantage of it. Anyway, we head on in here to, again, basically a best of 5 here, as now carried out and across by Life, and still not able to get on the scoreboard once thus far has this crew from Shmoo Ben. And that, of course, shades of what we saw from games 2 and 3 from their original series. So gotta feel good if you're SOS, not only to get that dub in game number 1, not only to shut out this crew, but to move in from a series that was an absolute slog, an absolute slugfest. And now, not only have you won, not only did you get the shutout, you were on a 3-goal run across 2 games this far.
It is impressive, right? Like I said, I do think that the big thing here for SOS, I was kind of trying to go on a tangent about Shmoo, but it was involving the fact that SOS is in the lead currently. Like, they have still produced better results in this moment. And as I say that, everyone's floundering at the goal line. Perfect timing, right? When you know, like, your dog does something really cool, then you want to show somebody else, and then they just look at you like you're silly. That's how I feel right now. Like I was going to talk about how good these teams are, and then they just do something silly. But seriously, SOS has been doing incredibly well to use the game's played advantage to their side, while Shmoo, they've got to catch up. And I do think that with the one game, the throwaway game, that's perfectly fine. But this team is red hot. Plexi with a second in just a little over a minute and a half.
And the issue with the idea of a throwaway game is that you can reset. And right now, we are seeing the same team that we did previously on both sides of the pitch. Not only that, we are seeing the offensive output equaled. It's about 1:30 into our game number 2. And I'll be honest with you, Tack, this is the SOS team I think we both expected. And Druid gonna make it 3-0. But 19 left to go. Everything coming up SOS, absolutely nothing for Shmoo.
It is just, we're looking at a freaking shutout, man. Like, that's what we're looking at. It is insane. It truly is insane.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is. I feel after what I have seen here, maybe need to be taken in for observation, because I have observed some absolutely fantastic Rocket League play, and I don't necessarily know that I'm going to be able to stop thinking about it, stop dreaming about the fantastic play that we have seen from each and every one of the individuals out here, each and every team. It has been nothing short of a delight, and Diaz cracks the goose egg, not only in this game, but of the series for Shmoo. And sometimes, Tack, as you well know, that first goal, it is the hardest.
It always is. Like, it hits double hard right now. The fact that they've been shut out the entire time on the side of Shmoo, they finally break that drought. It is 3-1, and it is something that we expect from this roster. We expected them to have a little more firepower. You would think, lying in wait that entire time, they'd be able to rack up the goals immediately. But, I mean, with SOS, their opponent, that they had to kind of scrape by. It was a mistake that won them that game 6 the first time around. So it wasn't like it was afforded to them. It wasn't like it was just straight up given to them in their first meeting. So SOS is proving that Shmoo kind of got lucky in their eyes.
Yeah, and that's fair. And to be able to go in with that mindset, marvelous save, courtesy of Life. Going in with that mindset, ain't nothing wrong with it. True or no? True or no? If you fully believe that at your core, then you can find yourself performing at the level that, again, I think you and I both expected previously. You know, we thought going into this one, it's like, Shmoo, they got a shot, but they got to absolutely play at their absolute best. And to be fair, they did that. They played exceptionally well, and still, the reverse sweep was there in the end. So I think that really speaks well to Shmoo, of course, but I think it speaks even better to SOS. And Drewy is going to pop that one by. It just seemed to be playing even a little bit slower. You know, the split second that we saw from Shmoo against SOS last time around, it looked like SOS was maybe, you know, had their feet in mud for a moment. It kind of looks like that maybe reversed this time around.
It does. It looks like Shmoo have kind of been, for the time being, they've kind of been put in their place. What a shot there from Eris, and that's exactly what you need to make us stop talking about it. That shot right there, Diaz with the pass to Eris, the link up. Finally, we've been waiting for the duo to come back to shine, and they have. Down by 1, 76 seconds on the clock. There's still so much time for Shmoo to make a statement of this game.
And what I liked about that as well is you had the setup not only for the second man, you also had the third man right there as well. So even if it was off a little bit, you had the follow as well. However, Life able to get on the board here yet again, and I know Life's mom's out there, her pride and joy, her baby boy, popping off when it matters most. 4-2 in favor of SOS, looking to take the series lead after it was, let's be fair here, provided to Shmoo. Of course, they did earn it, to be fair. But now, when it counts most, when it matters most, SOS willing, more than happy, demanding, turn it out there on the pitch.
Yeah, and they're going. I think that what we're going to see here pretty soon is if SOS continue on this trend, Shmoo is going to have to just step up huge. And do you think that with the level of play that SOS is producing for us right now, do they have it in them? You think they can?
I do. I mean, we have seen some wild stuff this evening. We have seen the mental of both of these teams tested. I feel Shmoo, again, going back to that one game at a time mentality. I know it sounds silly, maybe even cliche, like I say. But again, it's cliche for a reason. I think they've got the ability. I think both of these teams have the ability to be standing tall at the end. Right now, of course, if SOS is able to run the clock out here a little bit, they will have that series lead as Drewy kicks this one out. Plexi there as well. Hezzy, however, going to slow things down, at least for the moment. Plexi pops this one back, and quite frankly, robbed. That pinch, magnificent. And I know it says 4-2 up there, but I'm going to chalk this one up for him as well. So great work to go out there. Threatened were SOS, but challenged? I don't know, man. The power, the vibe, the energy that we saw, that we did against again in our previous series, we're seeing it here in SOS again. This is the team. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Not too long ago. This is the team I think we expected. And Shmoo needing to step up here in a hurry, because while SOS came back almost grabbing the reverse sweep, I don't see them in a situation where they can make that happen or even really threaten it either.
That's a lot. That's a big talk from you, big dog. I'm not gonna lie. That's a big, bold statement. I think Shmoo, if they can grab a singular game this series, I do think that this series turns on its head. But right now, you are right. They do not show any life in this series so far. Maybe they are the ones who need the SOS currently. It has been 2 straight from SOS and crew, and they have not shown any signs of slowing down whatsoever.
Yeah, and just to clarify my point, by the way, it's not necessarily to say Shmoo can't win. I just feel if it's a situation where it's 3-1, the level of momentum, the level of play that we are seeing, I don't feel that is something that they can respond to. Whereas what we saw previously, I felt it was definitely a possibility, and Shmoo stepped up when they absolutely needed to. And life, providing not just life, but enthusiasm, energy, gusto, grit, whatever you want to call it. And SOS again, all the momentum in the whole wide world. Shmoo just trying to play catch up at this point.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I'm very much. I guess that's the point I was making with you. Is you are right. They don't show a single sign of being able to put the pressure on SOS when it matters. And going down 3-1, having to surmount that massive mountain to climb against their opponents that they, handled, in my opinion. I think they handled that series well on the upper side. I don't know if it's really the time that was spent playing a different series from SOS, or if it was the time spent, sitting and waiting. Whatever it has been, SOS looked completely different from their first meeting to this one.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what it was either, but they do look that same. I said it before, but they do look that step quicker. They are just absolutely flying around like lightning bolts. Whereas right now, it really feels like Shmoo on the defensive. They are trying to find solid footing. Meanwhile, SOS, we've been doing this for quite some time now. Y'all been sitting around. We went down. We faced a team that, yeah, we swept them before, but they gave us their absolute best shot. They still were not able to get it done. And yes, Shmoo almost swept this team. However, they almost got reverse swept. And say whatever you want. This ain't horseshoes. It ain't hand grenades. Close does not count. So right now, all of the energy on the side of Shmoo. They have to take this one or attack. Again, I don't like to count people out until we're done. I absolutely don't. But based on what we're seeing here, that is going to be so very difficult of a position for Shmoo to be in if we get there.
Yeah, no, it's going to be incredibly difficult, but one goal is not enough to hold on to when it comes to SOS. They're going to have to get at least another one. Plexi meeting Hesse in the middle. Winning that challenge is going to be good, but Eris a chance to try to get something started. Life, awkward touch. This could be detrimental in the back line. Drury with the save. Plexi with the challenge. Eris the turn. Diaz with the shot, but it's high. Maybe the double will be good. Bottom corner saved by Life. Another challenge from Diaz. Eris back down to Hesse. A great save by Drury, and SOS hold on when it seemed narrow possibility to get that ball away. They march down the pitch. There's a shot. The save from Diaz is good. Lightning fast offense from both teams, and even better defense on both sides as the ball continues to trade sides.
The speed, the denials, they have been constant on both sides of the pitch. And yes, SOS white knuckling that 1-0 lead. And if you are either of these teams, no lead should make you feel comfortable. And Hesse, brute force, set up as well by Eris as Diaz just steps back. Plexi there right in front of net. That a cardinal sin to carry it that close. We are tied up, Tack, 145.
That is just, you gotta wonder, right? You gotta wonder what happened there. And it was both sides. They did amazing, absolutely amazing on defense. And of course, one of them gonna have to give it up. Diaz save off the back wall. Good. Life out of the corner here. Meeting up with Plexi. Maybe Drury has a chance. Oh my gosh, that ball was important. Hesse is able to get a good defensive touch as well. Oh wow. Plexi, you've been blessed. You have been blessed by the Rocket League gods to make that challenge. Unfortunately, you couldn't turn it into a goal, but at least looked better. You built some time for your teammates to mount an attack. That is a terrible bump in the corner, though, if you want to keep moving forward.
There's that one kick back over to Hesse. How about two?
Yep.
You best believe. And one goal now in favor of this crew of Shmoo. And Plexi just far too out of sorts to make anything happen with that. But hey, the way that SOS has been playing, you best believe a minute more than enough time for them to be able to bring this one even. But Shmoo, this is the team that we saw show up in our series previously. You know, not on paper, but the folks that actually came out, that actually played the game, and they know how critical this one is, because they absolutely want to have nothing to do with a 3-1 situation in terms of this series. Carried out across by Drury, trying to sneak it fast, not going to be able to. Plexi back there, full tank, kick back. You've got Life rushing over into the corner. SOS out there on their right. Now trying to advance here. Drury, gentle touch, but Diaz kicks this back. Plexi sent away. Life waiting, but not a heck of a lot of boost, if any. Wrapping back around, there is no 100 to be had either.
Oh, no.
Diaz and Hesse chase after this. If they can get the clear to their opposition side of the pitch, we may be done here. That one's sky high. So we tick up for close reports. 10 seconds left to go. That wraps around. Life heads front post. Gonna try to sneak it past Diaz. Not able to. Back down. If Hesse can get a send away, we might be talking Dunskies. And indeed it touches Shmoo. An absolutely critical response, my guy. We have ourselves a best of 3.
This is crazy. I mean, if you look at it, it's insane. It's insane to see, right? Like we're looking at a series that is so back and forth. Like you've got to think, what could really swing the momentum in each other's favor? Right now, we saw that it was pure all-out offense from SOS. Shmoo in this game had to fight back, and they finally fought back in the best way possible. Are they going to be able to maintain it, though? What do you think? What have you seen that seems to be so different between that game 3 and this game 4?
I think it's the ability from these teams, and we have seen it from, like I said, from pillar to post, when it was Shmoo in the early going to be able to grab their dub in a series that was back and forth. Every single one that we have seen, it has not been a runaway. It's not one where we say, oh, well, here we go. It's going to easy peasy. They've got this one locked down from the get-go. It has never been that case. So why? Because that is just how our evening has gone. I will just go with that, as, again, we have eyes towards quite possibly Champions Field. I know, again, of course, neither of these teams interested in that prospect at all, but we are a greedy duo, and I know the folks out there in chat probably feeling the same as well. But in this one, Tack, again, I will go back to the idea that it is a game at a time, because not just because that's just how you need to approach situations like this, but the way it has gone back and forth. I feel the way to go about this is really treat it as a best of one, because even if you find some level of momentum, it is not guaranteed by any stretch of the imagination to stick around.
No, none of it is guaranteed. Good challenge from Hesio on Life. Plexi was able to get there in time as well. People recollecting boost. Life off the side, interrupting that clear to the mid. Another touch is going to be good. I like the offense that is developing. Can they push it towards the net, though? That's the real question. Drewy puts one high. Unfortunately, no pass to a teammate. Hesse looks for Life, but sadly, Life is just slightly out of position on that one. It was still a good push towards the net. They still have quite a bit of pressure built. Plexi just needs to collect and send, does so well. And now they get a chance to build it up one more time, but Eris says, no way, not in my house, sends that one away almost instantly.
It's about $130 gone in this one. Still goose eggs out there on the scoreboard. Life sends this back down. Plexi carry out a cross and a little bit of bumpage between members of the opposite teams. That one popped back over to Eris. Life sends this one away, looking to follow as the soft touch. However, Diaz will deny save and savior by him. Drewy carry out and across. This waterfall's on down. However, no, Big Barton Diaz sends this one along. Life gonna kill things on the wall. Pop over by Plexi. It sneaks past, but you got Drewy and Life both back there as Eris kicks this one away, looking to take it past Life. Life, however, gets us off the nose of the Fennec. Diaz looking to kick back here yet again. And one thing I've noticed here, Tack, is that we have seen the passing plays that were there previously for Shmoo. They have largely evaporated. That has been something that has been locked down by SOS. Absolutely critical for them to be able to walk away with not only this game dub, but the series as well.
Yeah, I do agree. Shutting down any bit of the team plays that have kind of slowly started to develop on the side of Shmoo is a huge tool that I think SOS have possessed, even through the first series when they were able to collect some wins. But with that being said, they have to be able to activate their own special scoring tools as well, and that is on the opposite side, something Shmoo have done well to shut down with their game plan, whatever it has been. They've been able to absolutely lock down this SOS offense, and you're not getting goals for free in a series like this, as we can tell. There have been some mistakes, there have been some goofy moments, but nothing that we're looking at that doesn't look like it absolutely was 100% earned by hard work.
Yeah, this is tremendous talent. Everything has been earned. There's been nothing that has been easy. There's nothing that hasn't been earned with hard work and great rotation and great play from the beginning to the end, from YSJ and Shmoo all the way to this series that we saw it the first time around, to SOS taking on progression. Everything has been hard fought. These victories absolutely earned 100%, but right now it has turned into a defensive struggle. Feels like maybe the first goal will be the only. We take ever closer towards a minute remaining here. Eris sends this one away. Diaz is very far over into the corner. Popped down by Plexi, as you have Life there, nudging this one away. Drewy, Life both back down there. Life instead gonna pull off of that, pop on over by Diaz. That back down, back and forth this one goes. Tack, we've got a regular game of tennis, ping pong, whatever you want to call it out there on the Rocket League pitch.
Hey, what's going on, Great Lakes CRL? Welcome on in, and there's the man, the myth, the legend, Q. How we doing, big dog? We got a series on our hands. Knotted up, game 5, 0-0 on the scoreboard, and it's Life and crew on SOS taking on Diaz, Eris, and Hesse over on Shmoo.
Always a treat to see you, Q. Hope your world is treating you well. 30 seconds left to go in this one. We have nothing on the scoreboard, and trying to send this one away out the redirect is Drewy. Not going to be able to pop out now by Eris and Tack. Honestly, this one so pivotal. There's one place I would absolutely not want to be from either of these teams, specifically from what we have seen this evening, and that is on the bad end. The possibility of the necessity, beg pardon, of winning 2 in a row. Might we see it? Can we see it? You know, we put it out there. It isn't necessarily a champion's field, but the possibility does exist. Carry out along by Diaz. Eris is there. It's the shot. Oh, what a save! What a bicycle save! What a demanded save! Zeros on the scoreboard. Zeros currently on the clock, but let's throw that one away. We are headed to overtime. FDC for the cut. content in our absolutely critical, pivotal game. Here is now Drewy. Carry out across life there as well. Pop back over to Drewy. Yet again, going to be able to grab that 110 and tank. 4 arrows pop up now off of Drewy. Hesse with the follow around. Plexi going to get a slice off that life. Carrying this one out across. Pop off the wall. However, Hesse going to grab that 100 with a denial. Drewy popped on over into the corner. Wrap back around. Aris. The opportunity to send that one away. Pop up now. Diaz looking to send it. And honestly, Tech, I think for both of these teams, I think you look to Diaz, and I think you look to Drewy.
I don't know, man. Look at life in prime position. Okay, you were right, actually. Never mind.
So,
you're right. Yeah, who knows ball now? You get the chance. You get the chance to have the trophy that is the ball knowledge trophy. You got it, Mr. Monkey Shines. You had to look over. Life is the reason that was available, but Drewy is the reason the game was won. Congratulations to SOS breaking that stalemate right there. They take the lead in the series, and now we look at the inverse of the series score from the first time they met. It is 3-2 SOS staring down the barrel of match point of grand finals.
And to be fair here, while Drewy did get that shot, it was a team play. Absolutely team play. It wasn't just a solo situation. Life stepping up, making it happen. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous dime to make that happen. But yeah, and again, it was a situation where either of those teams could have walked away with that dub. However, all that being said, it is game 6. SOS looking to get revenge, redemption on their mind, and all they need to do it is one more dub. But Shmoo, you know they are not here to just walk away. You know they want the content as much as we do, specifically because they are eyeballing the full 200. Again, folks, the winner of this one grabbing a 200 Canadian. Second place grabbing 50. And again, lots of love to our sponsor out there, Bow Valley College, for providing us that opportunity. Has he carry out across, but not going to be able to get it past 2 members of SOS.
I like the fact that Life put his own name in the chat as Life RL6 match point. Okay, no, I figured that's exactly what it was. We got Nick in our ears, you know, just having some fun with the guys. Life himself to score. Goal number 1, 30 seconds in a game 6, and man, oh man, are we having fun here.
We are indeed. And we talked about this a little bit earlier on in the evening with Shmoo. They were out there, they were having fun. It was apparent in their play. It was apparent just with everything. You could tell in their car language. You can tell everything was loose, was fanciful. They were feeling it. But right now, things do in fact tighten up a little bit more. As again, right now for SOS, if they were able to grab one more dub, they head along with the series win and taking the crown overall. But again, Shmoo, they have not only shown themselves more than capable, they know that it's possible, and they can will that into existence. But again, 1-0 already on the board is SOS. But really, for me, my guy, any leads of this magnitude, whether it's 1-0, whether it's 2-0, anything this close, it is not safe. And neither of these teams can feel comfortable with anything short of, honestly, a blowout, and I don't think they're going to make that happen.
Nah, I don't think they're going to make it happen either. Life looking really awkward right there, is able to get it to Plexi. Plexi, unfortunately, is going to get stolen. Hezi is going to steal that one as well. My lord, it is cars flying everywhere, looking for that one special touch on the ball to get him started, but unfortunately, that's going to be dissipated. Plexi out of the corner, tries to find Drewy, but Drewy has to play a little further back with the approach here. Good couple of challenges. Will cut the ball off at the final third, a chance to march away. Even though Plexi didn't find a teammate, does create that opportunity for SOS. Good challenge. Will allow them at least one opportunity, maybe one look here. Life, though, is going to get the axles taken right out from the car as the ball floats right back over to the blue.
So under 3 minutes now, still 1-0 in favor of SOS. Cesar is going to get control, escorts that one over into the corner, and indeed it does appear that both of these teams providing the speed that we saw previously. Still, I think there is a minuscule amount of extra effort in favor of SOS, at least right now. That one gets past, however, not going to be able to follow up is Shmoo. Diaz challenge, that one popped up. Hesse able to take control, 100 in tank. Going to be challenged up there. Life and Plexi both head after it. Drewy, however, getting the critical save here yet again. Pop back down by Life, open over to Drewy. Plexi is there, has the touch, open net, make it 2-0 in favor of SOS. They are feeling it. 2:16 in regulation, standing between them. The series dub, it is on the horizon, but Tech, you know as well as I do that we ain't done until we are done between these two teams.
No, yeah, it's nowhere near over. Absolutely not. I have full faith that Shmoo will produce something crazy. I mean, one more goal tallied up here. Never mind. I was fixing to say one more goal tally up here for SOS, and I may retract my statement. Shmoo all out of sorts off the kickoff. 2-0-2, 3-0 to the side of SOS, and it is looking dangerous for the team that handled this guys previously in the winners finals.
Why, Drewy, must you do them like that? My word. And I said again, a blowout necessary right now, 3-0. And with the time that we have left, we got to be talking some kickoff goals for a possibility for the dub. That challenge, oh my goodness, everything, every second, every bit, the clock, the best friend of SOS right now, the worst enemy of Shmoo. Life sends this one along, at least for the moment. Deleted was Drew, courtesy of Diaz, showing how much that he appreciated that fine carry out and a crossover to Plexi. And my goodness, Tack, it just every second that ticks away. Eris, however, it only takes 1 second. It only takes a momentary dime up. And Buck 18, you know, there is a world in which we talk about 2 goals in a minute, 30 seconds per. Very realistic.
Yeah, no, and again, it's Shmoo. Like we said at the top of the game, until the clock hits 0, we're never going to count them out. There's no reason to. They've got the ability. These guys are fully able to get this game back into at least their favor of some kind. Drewy gets a touch. It's unfavorable. Hesse, bit of control here. Life is going to interrupt that. Diaz, to keep it alive, finds Eris. That's going to be a crossbar touch, saved away. But look at SOS. They're going to have to kick up that defense a bit. They're going to have to step up another notch, in my opinion, to keep this team of Shmoo away from their goal line. But they're doing so well enough. It seems like a small game of keep away is happening right before our eyes as SOS is trying to thwart any opportunity Shmoo has.
And I like that idea. I like the idea of maybe even being a little bit over aggressive. You do have 2 goals to give. The time running out here. Hesse pops this one away. Might it dip. Drewy with the deny. We ain't done. No. We ain't done. And this is something that Shmoo has told us countless times. You better believe you are going to have to put us in the ground. Not only that, you're going to have to dump some concrete on top as well. 21 seconds. We have seen kickoff goals. This is a team that has executed strats perfectly. That one's about dead. It even spikes towards the sky. As now Live going to chase after it. Diaz getting in position, sends this over into the corner. Drewy pops this by, and like you said, my friend, just got to play a little bit of keep away. Pitch over into the corner. 6 seconds left to go in this one. 56 in the tank, back down. Pump up now by Drewy. Drewy carry out across. Looking to deny. Get the bump. Eris sending this one away. 0's on the clock. Hesse with the carry. That went dangerous spot. Diaz kicks back. Can it? Will it? Might it? Diaz out across. All it needs to do is touch, and SOS makes it happen. But my guy, the redemption arc, it may be complete, but it was not easy by any stretch of the imagination. What a game, what a series, what an evening.
It's been a wonderful event, and I love the fact that it was the exact reverse of winter finals, with SOS winning 4-2 over Shmoo. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got the exact result that I think should have happened the first time around, in my opinion. I do think that SOS is a little bit better team, but they proved it. They had to go back down for a little bit, play a couple extra games, come back up and say, okay, guys, we're a little bit more warmed up now. We're ready to take you guys on.
And honestly, I feel it was ultimately maybe for the best that they were able to go down to be challenged by progression, a team that they really were not challenged by, especially able to get that sweep. And maybe it was a little bit, but certainly enough where they were able to walk out of there and see, hey, We're great. We feel great. We are able to get the sweep. You go down there, you think, hey, we did this before. We can do it again. Not at all. Not at all. Took them to the limit. We're challenged to that degree. I think ultimately losing that initial series, I know this is going to sound absolutely idiotic, maybe. I feel it was for the best. I feel it put them in that situation to stay warm, to play against a team that was going to give them their best shot, who had seen them before, who had really pressed them. And ultimately, when it came down to it, SOS, a little bit faster, a little bit quicker. And I think the longer evening, I think it did him justice. I think it did him good.
Got to agree there. Well, guys, I think that's all the words that we're going to share this evening. It has been a wonderful night here on the Lotus 8 stream. Biggest shout outs to Bow Valley College and their esports program and their business management esports program for putting on this tournament and the prize pool. Biggest shout outs to SOS for taking the 200 CAD home. And you know what, Shmoo, you guys get 50 CAD to kind of put in your pockets there as well. So you know what? I think one more time we roll these videos, you get one more look at that beautiful esports arena that they built over at Bow Valley College. Click the link, check them out, support them in any way possible as they support the scene. Y'all have a wonderful evening. We're out of here, everybody.
The first thing you see in the space here are our driving simulators. The driving simulators were custom made by Trax VR. Trax VR is a local company here in Calgary. The big statement here is our 5v5 stage. There's 3 different viewing solutions that we have set up. We have the direct view LED television system made by LG. On the floor, we have 20 gaming units. The gaming units are set up so that they're magnetically paired together and they can be repositioned. They can be taken out if we have a live audience that's viewing. The very back of the space is built with console stations. These console stations have Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation. The first thing you see when you walk in is our TriCaster system. This is where the director would stand. They would select the input. They would push it through for a live broadcast. This is our varsity gaming space. It's always in a lot of use right now. It's great to see lots of people in here. We have our acoustic padding on the walls, double pane glass. It's set up to emulate the 5v5 stage. So we have 5 on this side, 5 on that side. And then the 11th station is actually for our coach. All the information can be streamed onto our large 65-inch screen TV there. And that enables us to review plays and sort of analyze the players.